You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
It's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing if my burglar alarm starts ringing.
What's good? You tune in to Apartment 5B, hosted by your man Kill. I got my squad with me in effect as always. As you can see, man, here's the thing, y'all. I don't know if you've been paying attention to this, because there's not a lot of hip hop groups anymore. You know what I mean? Like in the 90s. You know what I mean? In the 90s, you know, the hip hop groups would break up, EPMD, you know, Pete and CL Smooth, Main Source, they would all break up. Since we don't have groups anymore, what I realize now is happening is you're getting more podcasts. Podcasts are the new hip hop group, and they're the ones breaking up. Joe, Mal and Rory, now Matt Hoffman and the crew, and it's always over money. So my little sister's up here in the corner on strike again because of money. So again, this is just what happens. We don't have hip hop groups anymore. We just have podcasts. So yeah, it's all about that money. And I mean, Porsche's standards keep going higher and higher. It's so funny because somebody hit me after the Chuck D episode and was like, yo, yesterday's price is not today's price. Porsche wasn't even on that episode. And she's like, nigga, Chuck D was on the show. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So this is why Porsche
this, and it's not true.
Porsche, I mean, it's cool. Like, here's the thing. Now, I want to be the opposite of Joe, Mal, and Rory and all of them. I want to put everything out on the table. I don't want. Let's just put it all out there. Porsche and I are going through negotiations right now. If it worked out, we might not. But at the end of the day, it's still family. You are not going to see me and Porsche throwing shots at each other, you know, when she starts her own podcast. So I just want to put it out there so we can cut the rumors and just get all that shit out the way. And just you can hear from us ourselves of what's going on here in Apartment 5B. And sometimes that shit happens. If you live with a nigga long enough, y'all may get into a little tussle. You may get into some situations, but we gonna work it all out. And it's all
good. Look at Ralph agreeing with you.
Because it's all about the money. Now I'm just fucking with everybody. Porsche just don't have a laptop this week, but I gotta fuck with it because what big brothers do today, little sisters.
That's true. That's true. And it's still so good to be here. I'm the spirit of the group. I'm Jerobi today.
Yeah, she's Jerobi today, so it's all good.
Jerobi today.
No doubt, Rel, what's going on, good brother?
What's good, man? Long week,
right.
A lot going on in the world and personally. So glad to be here. This is much needed.
Bro, who you telling, bro? It's like I be leaving work on Thursday, dead on my feet, dreading, like, God damn, I gotta do the podcast tonight. But I swear to y'all, as soon as I see y'all faces, the whole energy just switches. It literally, my whole ride home, I'm like, I don't want to do this show. And then I see y'all, and it's like, I'm right back at it. So yeah, definitely. Bird out of ATL, we were just talking about him. This man is a house selling drug dealer. So you know what I mean? If you want a house, this is who you better get with, because this dude keeps it moving. What's going on, good brother?
Nothing, man. Just financing the American dream, man.
Hey,
you know, it's rough in these streets, but we just been through worse, so it's all good. Glad to be here.
All right, no doubt. The R&B guru, JR, the youngest in charge.
Yeah.
New tagline, the youngest in charge.
I like that.
What's going on?
Youngest in charge, but he was on the studio session since 1952.
Yeah.
Technically, he is.
That's true. True. Because I gave Aaron Neville his hit.
Come on, man.
I called JR's nickname is Flex Capacitator.
We are not opening that can of worms.
We're not, and we're never gonna get over that. I'm sorry.
Hey, JR, please. No.
I'm not gonna do it. I just had to throw it in there so we could get it over with.
After the show, Relish texted me like, "Yo, did you know they was in a fucking group called the Neville Brothers?" I was like, "Nah, I didn't know."
Yeah.
Y'all didn't know that either?
Yes,
Bro,
and I was telling
I
somebody
didn't.
about the episode. I was telling somebody because I was laughing so hard. And I was telling somebody, and she was like, "You talking about the dude that was in a group like the Neville Brothers?" I said, "What?"
I was trying to get that out.
Yo,
I was
the
trying to
funniest
get that
thing
out,
is-
but I couldn't.
The funniest thing is, after we got off that show, I'm on Twitter, and you know how it shows like people you should follow or something. The dude Neville's name was there, and I said, "This nigga," and I'm like, sending that to Vegas, like, yo, it's like one of the movies where everything you see now, the very next day, I swear to you, Aaron, somebody was trending, and I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
For everybody who doesn't know, go back and watch last episode of Apartment 5B.
Please do. Funny.
Should not be on your GOAT list, and that's what's going on. Today, we are chopping it up about one of my favorite CL rhymes. He says, the best who ever did it on a Pete Rock track. You know, and I remember we heard that on Soul Survivor and niggas back in 98. We was like, damn, is CL the best? Like, who's the best? So what we're doing today is we are looking at a rack of R&B and hip-hop producers. We're going to talk about who is the best person to ever do it on their track and what is that producer's best produced album. If people didn't have a chance to do this, I just thought about this on my way home. So, you know, y'all got time, think about it. If not, it's all good. I'm thinking some of these people, we may say some obvious choices for who the best is. So if you can think about it, maybe think of a backup one, like a slept-on one.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, good. Thank you, Kel. Thank you.
See, everybody gets mad at me because I make them pick one thing. But again, I want this to be educational. It's hard to give a nigga a test if y'all got 8 different answers. Like, there's usually only one correct answer. So, and again, we want people who are watching, who are younger, to be able to be like, okay, that's the joint I need to go listen to. It's like I do with everything. If I say, Porsche, I need you to school me on Blue, I don't want the whole discography. Just what's their best album? Then give me their best, because that's all you probably gonna get out of me. So make sure you give me that one. So that's why I'm always so stringent on, you know, one answer. But so let's set it off. We're gonna start with DJ Premier. Porsche, who is the best MC or singer, because he's done some R&B stuff, to do it on a Premier beat, and what is Premier's dopest produced album?
Okay, listen, Phil, I really was like swearing at you today because you made me do this.
I'm sure you were.
I was like, I cannot believe Kill actually said this and then limited us to like 1. Right. So, you know me, I choose arbitrary numbers, so I've got like 3 people jammed into one single spot. And I tried to stay away from Guru because, again, it's obvious. Like, for me, obviously, I'll start with the album. I would pick Step in the Arena or Daily Operation, you know, or...
Porsche, the Oars. Come on, boys. I was just about to say, you're being Jodeci now.
Sorry, okay. I got
You are the Boys II Men aficionado, man. Boys II Men would follow the rules. Jodeci niggas don't follow the rules.
That's right. I'll go with Step in the Arena as my favorite, or the album that I think is his best produced. And the reason for that is I just think that the Premier sound that we really love, what just came through better on that album for me. I love it. And that's one of my favorite albums, like, in hip-hop anyway. But then, because Guru is such an obvious choice for the best MC to rhyme on a Premier beat, and that's just because they were an official duo, we heard so much of them together, that it's like a familiar, comfortable, love, like I just love them together. But I went with Bahamadia and Kill. I'm really sorry, but I know I'm going to be Jodeci. I'm going to be a Jodeci follower right now.
Here's the thing. That's cool, but just don't shout me out on the timeline when I used to do my ill shit and you be on some old. If you listen to Boys II Men, you wouldn't have done this. So just don't shout me out on the Boys II Men shit. That's all.
I got you. But yeah, I got Bahamadia. It's off her Collage album. Premier produced Rugged Rough off of there. And again, I love Bahamadia. I love that album. Her voice is very sort of against Premier scratches and just the beat backdrop, her voice is just amazing. It's like calm, it's awesome. She lets the beat shine, but then in turn it really accentuates her vocals, like her rapping as well, I want to say, her flow and all that. So yes, I'll go with Bahamadia, and if I can double up, I'm gonna say Big on Unbelievable.
Alright, no doubt. For me, it's funny because I actually, Google may be like number 5 or 6. I don't know where Google is for me on the best who ever did it on a Primo track, but I know I got at least 3 or 4 people above Google. I'm gonna go with Nas for the best who ever did it on a Premier track, and I'm talking circa 1995. Let's get this straight. I'm not one of those people who still want Nas Rock or Premier in 2022 or anything like that. But I mean, I had to say that because somebody out there watching is gonna be like, well, Kill, you just said you don't want him with Premier, so I gotta explain that.
True, I got you.
This is the stuff that those two have done. I mean, New York State of Mind to me is one of the greatest songs, still sounds incredible today. Represent, Memory Lane. I remember when after whatever that Nas album, that was kind of like man, the dud, but when he came back with Nas, it's like, I remember getting that up at 889 and being like, ooh, Nas and Primo, you know, even Second Childhood off Stillmatic was crazy. So I definitely think Nas is the dopest whoever did on a Primo track. And shockingly, my favorite produced album from Premier is J. Rule's The Sunrise in the East. And this joint right here was just crazy. I mean, Come Clean, the original Brooklyn took it. Mental Stamina, like, you know, the bitches, just everything off of this. And this album, I feel, never gets talked about, but it's my personal favorite, like, dopest produced Premier album for me. Bro, what you got, good brother?
Yes, sir. So, best over Primo tracks, I'm gonna go with Nas as well. You know, you pretty much said everything that I was gonna say. Like, you know, New York State of Mind 1 and 2. You know, Nas is like Sleeper is like Second Childhood. You know, he just it's during that time frame, it was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like in that time frame, in that era, you know what I'm saying, it was perfect. That's one of the reasons why people just wanted to happen for a full album, even to this day. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you know, my favorite Primo, I think his best produced album, in my opinion, is Group Home's album. And I'm gonna say this: the degree of difficulty was heightened on this album because of these dudes, and there's no diss. These dudes ain't the greatest MCs. You know what I'm saying? Lyricists, man. He laced them, like he laced them with banger after banger after banger. That Malachi the Nutcracker and Lil Dap, they couldn't mess it up, bro. Like they couldn't mess it up. And that album is masterfully produced. Like for real. Like I know when they was like getting those beats, they was like, yo, this dude really fuck with us, because some of his I like some of them beats, some of his best beats to me that he gave them. You know what I'm saying? And it's a flawlessly produced album to me, beat wise.
Yo, bro, when we got that album up at 889 and got the early advance of it, I remember I used to just play the whole album.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like in between each album, I play like a little strictly hip hop drop and just let it ride because it was just so perfect. Now here's 2 things. You do know Malachi wasn't even no rapper, and that the only reason why he even got the group was because of the court case.
To stay out of jail. Yeah.
Right, stay out of jail. For people watching who may not know, Malachi didn't even rap. He was about to go to jail. The judge said, yo, you a producer, produce for him. You know what I mean? So I always want to give Malachi a pass because, I mean, it's literally like making me become a rapper. You know, to rap. Like, that's not even fair. Like, this nigga wasn't even a rapper. And Lil Dap was just like one of them niggas who always around them niggas. Now, the other thing, now I don't know if this is true, but I've heard from a reliable source that the fallout with Group Home was supposed to be about they were upset because they felt like they didn't get Premier's dopest beats. Because they were equating dopest beats to like platinum. like, yo, you ain't giving us that shit, you get big. Not understanding that it wasn't the Premier beats that was making Big sell 5 million records, or what the Premier beat the J that was selling all these records. So it's just so crazy because I hear that album I've heard more than anything. If there's any time that the real world and Twitter come together in agreement, it's with that. That Living Proof is his best produced album. And it's crazy because if that is true, that's just crazy that they were mad at those beats, where we all sit back and salute those beats.
The point that they're missing in that is like unbelievable. Like what makes, I mean, the track is crazy and everything, but Big has a lot to do with that being, you know, too, because Big asked Primo, just throw me something together and let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they misinterpreting what the best beats are. You gotta have something, bring something to it too, to make it a hit. You know what I'm saying? Some people can make hits. Big can make hits. Kiss and Styles made We Gonna Make It a hit where Razkaz could not, and Razkaz is an amazing lyricist. So I think that's where they missed it, you know what I'm saying? Because their album is produced amazingly to me. Yeah.
It's funny, I always say that about Swiss. I'm like, Swiss can produce bangers for people who are already on. He's not a great producer, in my opinion, for bringing a new artist on.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think if he gave Cassie the Bring 'Em Out beat, it would have been as big as it was for T.I. Like, Swiss is, in my opinion, he isn't that producer you go to. Like, yo, I got a new act, Swiss, throw something his way. He does better with people who are already on. Vern, what's going on, good brother? What you got for Premier?
I'm gonna do it the different. I'm gonna be Portia Jodeci right now.
Here's the wild part. How do the two boys, the men niggas, decide they want to be?
No, I ain't gonna do more than I ain't gonna do 7 like.
Oh, all right.
Canadian
like, y'all the two biggest boys, the men people, but now I want to be Jodeci and don't follow no rules.
No, so I'm gonna say my favorite rapper on a Premier track is crazy. It's Greg Nice on Dwick. Not Greg Nice, Smooth B on Dwick. I just like how he just was just so nonchalant with it, you know. And then Premier produced album, I'm gonna go with J. Rule, The Damager, like you said.
Okay.
I mean, Come Clean is just ridiculous. I mean, Can't Stop the Prophet. It's just, he did the whole album and it was thematic and everything fit.
Yeah, bro. When I heard Brooklyn took it, I was like, yo, I quit. This is, and the scratches of Brooklyn keeps on taking it. Like, I was like, yo, this dude is just in a zone right there, man. You know? And I always talk about that when producers find that zone and they just have that apex. It's just like with anything else, with a ball player. When you're like, you know, Steph Curry's zone or his high points or whatever like that. I mean, you can't beat that. JR, what's going on, good brother? What you got for Primo?
All right, I'm gonna take it to the R&B side for real, and with Primo, I'm gonna say I wanted to be a Jodeci nigga too, but I ain't gonna do it.
Yo, this is the most ironic thing, that the Jodeci niggas on this show are doing what they're supposed to do, and the boys and men niggas are just bucking the
Because y'all on probation. Y'all on paper.
Right.
This is the most craziest thing. I got 3 of the biggest Boys the Men fan in the room, and y'all just like, fuck your couch, man.
Alright, I love D'Angelo on Devil's Pie for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, he killed that. But I also love Janet on Together Again remix.
And you know there are 2 Premier remixes for Together.
It is. And then I also love the All For You remix he did. Like, he killed it. But as far as albums, I'm gonna have to say Daily Operation with Gangstar for real, because my God, like, this album for real, my dad like played out, and the production on this is so, like y'all said, he's so New York, but ain't even from New York. Like, he had that style, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, Too Deep and Take It Personal and, you know, Flip the Script and yeah, so I can listen to that album and just go in on the production. So I'm gonna say Daily Operation, but I'm gonna have to give it to Janet and D'Angelo for the best on as R&B stuff.
Devil's Fire Lady remix.
Oh, you are ooh. Lady remix, of course. That's my favorite remix of the 90s. So yeah.
Here's a funny story about Devil's Power. Vinyl comes in the 889. I'm super excited. I'm the biggest D'Angelo fan in the world. Needle hits the record. I'm like, I don't like this shit. I did not like Devil's Power when I first heard it. Only because I'm ready for D'Angelo. Like, I'm ready for some smooth, laid back lady. I'm not ready for no up tempo joint like that. And for people watching, that beat was supposed to go to Cannabis, but Cannabis didn't like it. And then D'Angelo hopped on it.
Oh, you did tell me that. Yeah.
So, you know, another example what Rel was just saying, how I just don't know if Cannabis would have been able to do what D'Angelo did with that track. Because, of course, now I love Devil's Power. That's just an example of, I'm like in this smoothed out hip hop thing, it's going to be something smoothed out, and it just wasn't. You know what I mean?
I forgot about the Lady remix. Damn it.
Yo, that Lady remix was stupid.
Right.
Oh, getting that 12-inch in the mail and being very well surprised with that. Eddie, what's going on, good brother?
Yeah, what's good? What's good?
What's going on? So who you got for premiere? Best produced album and best person to ever do it on a premiere joint?
I would say best produced album is Living Proof. Like, it doesn't have the best rapping, man, but yo, Living Proof, man, is best. I mean, he laced them. I mean, he laced them.
Yeah, Rel,
like,
you just talked about
yo,
that.
You saying the same thing I said.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt. But I would say, I would say as far as best on a premiere, there's a lot of places I could go, but you know what? I'm going with J. Rue the Damager. I mean, I feel like they had this connection, like J. Rue on a Premier track. And I mean, other artists have worked with Premier and Shine, but then gone on to work with other producers, right? I mean, I feel like J. Rue went, you know, when he stopped working with Premier, worked with other producers, and he just didn't sound the same. I feel like there was magic in him and Premier, you know, and that's why I say J. Rue.
All right, no doubt. Dope pick. Next up, we're gonna go R&B. We're going to who I think are some of the GOAT producers in this game. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
You disrespectful for this. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna be a Jodeci nigga. Fuck that.
See what I mean? I don't understand. Please help me understand how the three Boys the Men aficionados.
Everybody on this damn panel know how I feel about them. So no.
Everybody knows how I feel.
I mean, Jimmy Jam wished JR a happy birthday while he was on vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand. This is the hard part. Come on, y'all. Don't do that. Y'all can't go to bed now. I'll make love to you and just say fuck apartment 5B. Y'all can't do that,
You
man.
got me wrong, because I hate all
You got that wrong. That's the wrong song, buddy. No.
Yeah.
Well, damn, JR, this feelings tonight. All right, well, cool. Let's play 16 tonight.
Hey, Kill, let's be careful tonight. They on their bag tonight.
Yeah, I see all three of them now. Let me fall the fuck back. Let me put on some fiending or some, I don't know, which one, ride a slide or something. Porsche. Who's the dopest to ever do it on a Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis? And what's
Boys to Men. You don't even have to finish the sentence. I'm going with Boys to Men. They have 4 Seasons of Loneliness, I Will Get There, and I love
Jayana flagged you. Looking with this sense of disgust. So look at this, Ralph. The Boys the Men niggas ain't even collabing tonight.
Go ahead. I'm playing.
This how the scary nigga left the group. That's why the scary
I'm playing.
Honestly, I will stand on this hill all by myself, because if I can
you by yourself.
I will. And so, yes, I do love 4 Seasons of Loneliness. I do love I Will Get There. I just love Boyz II Men. So, to me, I think Boyz II Men...
But you're not embodying them right now, Porsche.
I know. That's why I was laughing when you said that, because I'm like, all the time, Boyz II Men is on.
Yo, she goes so hard for Boyz II Men, even though she...
Listen, those are my boys. I love them. But my favorite... the best album I think that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis produced is The Velvet Rope. Janet's Velvet Rope. Okay. And it's just, honestly, that album has my favorite Janet songs on it. Like, honestly, Go Deep, You, like Together Again. I know those are all singles, but I just love Janet as well, and I think that she just shines on that whole album, to be really honest with you. That Velvet Rope album is a 5-mic album to me. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sure anybody out there who knows me knows my answer is not Boyz II Men. So, the best to ever do it on a Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis track, I have the obvious, is Janet. I think Janet and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, to me, are just like Pete and CL, Gangstar and Guru. They just fit. We saw what happened when she got with Jermaine Dupri. The energy just changed. I'm about to get to the album. But then, since I knew most people, or some people would say Janet, I wanted to go with a slept-on person, Mary Davis, the lead singer from the SOS band.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. Look, if I've shocked Jay, if I've shocked the youngest in charge, that's a good.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with Mary Davis if I had to pick up a second runner-up, because those Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis SOS albums, not just the singles, but the albums, were incredible. And I'm important.
And they were pivotal to Jimmy Jam's career, because when Prince with his old anyway, go ahead.
Just Be Good to Me, Take Your Time. I mean, just too many joints. I'm with Porsche, the Velvet Rope. This right here is my favorite Janet Jackson album. 5 mics, just everything on here. I remember when I brought the house and I was painting, I just was painting the entire house to this album. Not hip-hop, not nothing else. I just put on Janet because I knew I could just let that ride. So I think this is their dopest produced album. I still remember the first time I heard Got Till It's Gone. My head was just like, I'm uptown, I'm driving up Lime Q Pike, this come on the radio, I'm like, yo, I go straight to the record store. Very seldomly in life have I ever heard a song and immediately going straight to the record store, like, yo, I don't know what the name of the song was. I think it got some Joni Mitchell sample in it, Q-Tip on it. They ain't know what I was talking about. But yeah, Got Till It's Gone is crazy. Vern, what about you? Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
All right, man. This is very tough, as you state. All right, I'm gonna say the best album is Rhythm Nation. I mean, bro, you can just put play and just run that mug, and it takes you through all the emotions. You got party songs, you got social conscious songs, you got love songs. I mean, that three song run of help me out, JR.
Someday it's a night.
Someday it's night. Lonely.
Yeah, come
lonely,
back to me. Someday it's a night. Yes.
Yeah. That's just, I mean, bruh.
Woo. Man, someday is tonight. I gotta give Janet a high five for that one, because Janet slowed down a lot of niggas' play with that old what was it?
Let's Wait a While.
Let's Wait a While. That fucked up so much game, because that song was out and girls were like, let's just wait a while. But when she came back with Some Days Tonight, I'm like, nigga, some days tonight. So, yeah.
And best to do it on a Jam and Lewis track. The whole album, he resurrected their career, or he took their career to adulthood. But nigga, I mean, Can You Stand the Rain, man, is a perfect song, bro. I mean, the bridges, the harmonies, man, that song is like emotional, pulling out of you, kind of. So yeah, I'm gonna say Can You Stand the Rain, and New Edition.
All right, I'm interested for JR. What you got up for tap, bro?
Well, since y'all named everybody, which everybody would give the obvious that I would say Janet, I'm gonna say Alexander O'Neal.
I'm not
Great
mad at that because
Great
that
one.
Hearsay album.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Can't
sir.
find it
That's
nowhere
why
on
I'm gonna
digital.
go as
I can't. Where can we find it, Jr.?
what?
That album, it ain't on iTunes.
Oh, you talking about the 85 joint? It's not. I don't know where it is. Like, I'm like, it's not on streaming. It's not on nowhere. But
They are just call your people from back in the 60s. They'll know what to do.
What is? Cause it's on Taboo, right?
when he was on,
It was on Taboo.
he became Capital when he did Hearsay.
Okay.
So that's why we got that. But that was off streaming for a minute too. So, but yeah, I was gonna say, and the best produced album, I would, even though my favorite is The Velvet Rope, I would say Rhythm Nation, but I'm gonna go with Hearsay. I think a lot of people like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people kind of skipped Hearsay after Janet came in with Control. You know what I'm saying? It was like, but that got them the commercial success that they needed.
Listen, on the record show, JR named 3 albums in one sentence. He goes, of course, Velvet Rope and then Rhythm Nation, but I'm gonna go with. Are you
see what happened, bro?
JR,
break up. Now they snitching on each other. Now they snitching on each other.
Listen,
The most peaceful, loving people are now snitching. This is all y'all are all having Jodeci fucking emotions right now. I can see Jodeci snitching on each other, not Boys to Men. Y'all Boys to Men are having very serious Jodeci. What'd you say, bro?
Snitching Randy. Portia is the main one who can't count. Can't count.
You see, they going at each other, kid.
Yeah, I love it. T. Brown just sitting back in the cut like this, like Jodeci.
Oh my!
You see JoJo just looking like, look at these niggas about to break up with Yo MTV Raps.
Hey,
well, that's my answer then.
Let me take it back on JR. On Alexander O'Neal.
You do know Portia about to snitch on you because you already said New Edition. Now you talking about Alexander O'Neal.
No, I want to add to what he said though.
Oh, okay.
You don't get Can You Stand the Rain without if you were here tonight. I mean,
absolutely not. It kind of sounds a little the same, honestly.
They are the same. Listen to them, and there's I think Crucial took some elements of one of Alexander O'Neal's joints as well. So Oh yeah, I agree. They need to put that debut online though, for real. And stop playing it. Yeah, because all you hear now, if you try to get Alexander, is him like in bad time in life with.
Yeah.
It ain't good.
Yeah, not at all.
All right, Eddie, who you got for Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis?
Oh man, I'm gonna make it real simple, man. It's like I ain't like going here and there, man. It's Janet, and I think y'all naming all the albums, and I mean I love all the albums they did together. So since y'all already named Velvet Rope and Rhythm Nation, like I'll go Control, man, because that album, the fact that I could put on that album and my now 8-year-old son, it's like he's jamming like it's like the new joint on the radio. Like it says a lot. I mean that album has definite staying power, man. It still bangs, yo. But all their production together, man. I mean, I think with Janet and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, like you just see the progression, right? Control was a dope debut, and you saw like the development and the subject matter and everything with Rhythm Nation, and then exploring like becoming a woman and more sexually free, and like Janet and Velvet Rope and all that. So you see the whole progress.
Okay. Great point. Hey JR, when was it the second album? Someday It's the Night was kind of freaky. Well, that's actually a third album. When did Janet become sexually free?
The Janet album.
The Janet album. Okay. Someday the Night was Tonight was like the leading up to it.
No, because you had Funny How Time Flies on Control.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
And she straight moaning and all that on that record. So it's been there, but
You're right.
She went there with the Janet album and just took it there with Velvet Rope and rap.
All right, no doubt. We got Portia's number one right now. Pete Rock.
I ain't get a chance.
Oh, he is Brown.
I'm sorry.
And then you got, and then your Jodeci dude. You see how he skipped you?
I don't even understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I see a lot of Jodeci tendencies coming out. I'm just
right. You see what I'm saying? Get him, Forge.
Wait a second. She just snitched on you, nigga.
No, but then you dry snitch right after her. No, you dry snitch right after her. You dry snitch right after her when Vern was trying to say that you thought that Fortune was gonna come back to say something. So you dry snitch. I'm coming back on you.
After.
You did it after her.
Exactly. She did it first. And she
said, so you go. Oh, so you following? Oh, so you were following, nigga? That's what you were. Oh, okay. Brand new nigga. He brand new, y'all. He a follower, y'all. He ain't no leader.
Kill, we can't win. Kill, let's stop. Just stop.
Exactly. I apologize, bro. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, man.
The best album.
This is the first time I've ever seen a nigga get snitched on and then come to that person's defense, man. This is
you right. That's right.
Voice of that back in effect, baby.
Yo, I'm gonna go with Control as well.
Right.
For the best produced album. You know what I'm saying? You could have really went with a number of the albums they did with Janet. I think Control, like my memory from me being a kid and hearing that, and you know, seeing the videos, like I could, you know, I just remember where I was when I heard some of those songs and saw videos and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I gotta go with the SOS band over top of, yo, they got some, yo.
I agree.
Like, I was just going down to like the finest. No, love you.
Yeah.
I mean, they just got some, yo, man, Weekend, like,
oh my God, Weekend.
Just Be Good to Me. Tell Me, like, they just got some like timeless classics,
and it was so black. Oh,
yeah, and that people have bits.
Yes,
rappers have sampled. R&B people have sampled. Like those SOS band songs are like they that shit was like magic to me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the Janet shit was crazy, but for me, the SOS band, bro, they were the best over Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis in my opinion.
I agree.
No, all right, Jodeci moment. All right, Mary J. Blige, Everything.
Yo, what the yo?
I don't know what's going on today. I don't know what the hell is going. What's in the air? Did y'all listen to the fucking Diary of a Madman on the way home from work or something? Like, yo, dude, man, I'm telling you, it's Fuck Your Couch. We gonna call this episode Fuck Kill's Couch. That's what I already know where this is going. This nigga's about to go to Jodeci times 8. Pete Rock, Porsche, who is the one best rapper.
Oh yeah, she
about to do it over a Pete Rock track. And what is his one best produced album?
Listen, I cannot answer this. Can you guys go first? All of you?
I was going to ask you there, Kill. Let us go and let her go at the end.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I quite literally, and I am not joking, I have like 9 albums. I've got like I'm gonna let you guys go first.
I'm like, has the nigga even produced 9 albums?
She got 9 albums, bro. Like,
yo, this is the Jodeci moment when KC was singing and JoJo just fell out on stage and KC like, nigga had a heart attack. Kept going. Right. Or the time that KC was on some nigga's shoulders and just
eating the chicken wing in his pants. In the crowd, All
right, I'm gonna say again, similar to Janet. I quoted him at the beginning of the show. I do think CL Smooth is the dopest on a Pete Rock track. It's something about CL's voice with them Pete Rock tracks. It just flows. I don't know what CL's talking about 89% of the time, but it just sounds good. But when I hear CL over somebody else, it just doesn't click the way it does over those Pete Rock tracks. But again, just like with Janet, I would say the next best person that I would have always wanted the album from, I guess circa 1995, is AZ. I feel like Rather Unique, Gimme, like those Pete, I felt like Pete and AZ just had a beautiful chemistry together. So I would have loved that. And I think his best produced album, This was a rough one. This was a rough one, and I'm sure I'll be the only person to say that. But I'm gonna go with this joint right here. I remember getting this at 889. My man Little Mike would come through all the time with different demos. Pete Rock's debut album, I Ain't I That Never Came Out, Faking Jack, Step Up, Center of Attention. Man, we used to play. Anybody out there, you ever listen to 889? We played Center of Attention all the time. And Grown Man Sport is probably a top 5 Pete Rock track for me. So if anybody out there has never heard this I Ain't I debut album, please listen to this. I always talk about how Premier and Pete was their careers were so synonymous. They both had the group, they had their duo. Pete had, Primo had J. Rue in the group home. Pete was supposed to have D-Dot Baby Paul in the I and I album, but the deal fell through with, I think it was Soul Brother Records through Elektra fell through. And this joint never came out, and the D-Dot never came out. But if you haven't heard this, please listen to it. If I'm picking this over Mecca and Main Ingredient, that's saying a lot. So definitely check this out. Rel, my Jodeci brother, what you got going on for Pete?
Yes, sir. Best produced album for me is The Main Ingredient. I'm one of the people that like The Main Ingredient better than
Mecca. Me too.
You too. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And the standout for me is In the Flesh. That beat, those drums, like, what is that, bro? Like, that's one of the ones right there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm gonna go with The Main Ingredient. And best over a Primo track for me is
Pete Rock.
I mean, not Primo. Pete Rock.
You see how you can't separate the two? This is what I'm saying.
No, I think he just made a mistake. I don't think it was a separation of the soul. I think, yeah. I think it was just
blame it, man. I know that's right.
Blame it. If I keep pouring, y'all will get some comedy tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna go AZ, man. Rather Unique. Yo, and you know the crazy thing? His last album is a Pete Rock beat on there, a song on there, and it's like one of the best songs on that album. Like, and it's like they got a good chemistry. I don't know why they didn't work together more. You know what I'm saying? They got a real good chemistry, like his flow and everything. Like, the obvious answer is CL, of course, but I'm gonna go in a different direction and go with AZ.
All right, no doubt. Ron, what you got?
I'm gonna go best produced album, Main Ingredient. You know, and we're gonna pick a song off of there. Technically it's not the first song, but it is the first song. In the House, that's how you start off an album, bro.
Right.
I mean,
you come in with that biz interlude that I like to introduce myself.
Yeah.
You go into that In the House. Oh my God!
So,
the way you freaked it with the Tribe, Pete Rock. In the House. See, oh my God, man.
Yes. And
God damn, y'all may make me change my man. The Main Ingredient is something special, man.
Yo, that's that album, man. That's
special album.
The beats in between songs is fire.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Yeah, I can't even count with that one.
Yeah. And best to do it on a Pete Rock track, I'm gonna say his big cousin.
Hey, that's who I have to.
Yeah, you know, I mean, hey, bro, that was some family love. I mean, every time they got together, don't curse out. Yeah, so that's my picks.
Yeah, I can't be mad at him. Can't be mad. Got Me Waiting is one of my top 5 favorite Pete Rock beats.
Oh my God, yes.
Got Me Waiting.
Did Pete do a bunch of niggas on Blue Funk? Was that him?
Nah, I think Preem did that a bunch.
Okay.
I think.
That's a dope. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what you got for Pete?
Which everybody said, I was gonna say Mecca and the Soul Brother for me. Yes. And
look at this, Rel. They back. See how quick it goes.
You see? Yeah, the unity's back.
Y'all niggas be hating, but anyway, but I'm gonna say CL Smooth. I'm gonna keep it short and free because I know Portia gonna go in, and I'm not gonna be long. So CL and Mecca and the Soul Brother.
All right, no doubt. And Eddie, who you got?
I think. All right, I'll preface this like, you know, Mecca and the Soul Brother is my favorite Pete Rock and CL Smooth album, but I feel that Main Ingredient is the better production.
Me too.
And I will, I think what's the joint? Sun Won't Come Out, man. Like, I mean, there's so many joints on there, yo, man. And I gotta agree with my brother Vern, man. I think Heavy D. Like, I had a different answer in my head, but yo, especially like you talk about Blue Funk and also the other album, Peaceful Journey. I think P-Rock had some production on that. Yo, Heavy D was just floating on them P-Rock beats, man. So yeah, for sure.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. Porsche, are you ready to present your findings to the world? Or
I can't just say, listen, you guys have to realize we heard like 90% of hip hop on the Soul Survivor album alone, on P-Rock beats, and that's a 5-mic album. How are we picking one? You guys are killing me. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and say the entire roster on Soul Survivor.
If this isn't the most Jodeci,
listen, you know,
drug dealing.
Okay, CL Smooth is the obvious choice, and of course, Mecca and the Soul Brother to me is my favorite, or what I think is the best produced Pete Rock album, and that's heavily due to Troy, Straighten It Out. Like, there is the dopest tracks on that album, and the main ingredient I love. So that I'm gonna say, and despite CL being as obvious as he is on Pete Rock beats, I'm gonna go with Heavy D. Okay. And again, we have to remember, Don't Curse has another roster of hip hop. So you guys, I don't understand how you guys are so easy.
Here's the wild part, Porsche. You know what I respect about your gangster? You're like Bodie. Like, you found a way to get out of getting arrested. Like, you know, like you're gonna find the cracks in the judicial system to stay out of jail, because you have found a way to include an entire album in an entire posse cut.
Yeah. She pushed that mop bucket out the boys' home, man, and hitched the ride back to Baltimore.
What happened when Bodie was with McNulty? Like, this is Porsche. Telling you, anybody out there in Twitter land, get arrested. You either call them Tracy Lee or Porsche. One of them will get you out. They will find the crack in the judicial system. I vote for Porsche to find the crack in the judicial system first. All right, let's go back on the R&B side. We got Babyface, one of the best who ever did it. I'm sure this is going to be hard for Porsche, because Porsche loves love and Babyface makes love music. So I'm sure we're going to be in a similar situation. Porsche, dopest on a Babyface and his dopest produced album.
In this entire list of producers, Kill, that you presented to us, Babyface is the only one that I left blank, because I actually cannot pick one. Okay. But I will say my favorite Babyface, I'll say I love The Day. I love Babyface's The Day album. I know JR is gonna probably kill me for that, but
what's on The Day? What's on that?
Every Time I Close My Eyes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
7 C's. Oh my God, I love that song. He's so cute.
Yo, I'm done. Like, yo, I haven't even heard. Like, yo, this is like love overkill.
I love The Day. That is.
When Porsche gets married, I hope we're all there. We all got about 4 hours there. I have her walk down the aisle to 20 different.
Oh yeah, man, that reception gonna be real.
Yo, she gonna walk down the aisle and come back. Come down the boys, come back around.
It ain't over. Y'all thought you'd like to be.
We gonna come back down the aisle and go back up. And
that reception gonna be forever. The first dance song, Papa Wu gonna be tired, because you gonna have about 20 tracks.
Listen, you guys, honestly, 7 C's is the cutest song.
I've never heard a song a day in my life. I didn't even know that song called 7 C's.
It is so adorable. But anyways, I'm gonna go with The Day album, and that's all I can say, because Babyface was very difficult for me.
Okay. Face for me, I got Tony Braxton, similar to what I was saying with Jimmy Jam and Janet. To me, Tony and Babyface was like, when I heard they was getting back together for the Love and Divorce album, which is an incredibly dope album out there. If y'all not heard it, won a Grammy too. But very dope album. So Tony Braxton to me is the best who ever did it. I love her debut album, but I think his best produced album and work is the Wait and Exhale soundtrack.
Absolutely.
That's my number one go-to for his best produced and written. Not only produced, but I mean, dog. Like, yeah. So that's what I got. Rel, what about you with Face?
Man, this is a tough one. For albums, I'm gonna agree with you though, man. Waiting to Exhale John is like straight through, no skip. I remember like when that John came out, my mom, my aunt, my grandma,
everybody was listening.
Yo, man, they played that shit out, bro, like that. But it was masterful. That was a good album, and it embodied the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? It was able to be dope and fit with the movie. You know what I'm saying? Yo, as far as who's go ahead.
My bad. No, keep going. I'm sorry.
As far as who's best over Big, man.
This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying.
It's easy, man. It's easy. Just lean into it.
Stay on your side of the stage. Stay on your side of the stage with the boys.
I want to go somewhere where people ain't gonna go. I'm gonna go. TLC, Tevin Campbell. That's 2. I did some Jodeci shit. My bad.
But you're a Jodeci. I'm not even mad at that because you're a Jodeci nigga. So I can't even get mad at that.
Yeah.
Yo, the thing about Waiting to Exhale, and I was listening to this just the other day, is you forget about the For Real joint. Love Will Always Be Waiting at Home, which is just flat out incredible to me. And it's Chick Shauna. I don't know who she is or JR or whatever happened to her, but
what's that?
How can you call her baby? Like
that, Whitney. Whitney was gonna sign her and she was gonna go, but you know how politics go in the music industry. So
yeah, but I mean, even so, it wasn't just that he had the heavy hitters. He even had the 2. For Real was kind of new, but kind of 2 no names, and they killed it with both their songs. So yeah, Vern, what's going on with you with Face?
All right, I'm gonna go best produced album. I'm gonna go Tony Braxton's debut. I mean, it's chock full of hits, chock full of emotions, all that. And then best on the Babyface track, his brother and cousins, man, on that Ready or Not, nigga, they went for the throat, bro.
His brother, I was gonna name his brother, man.
Yeah. They went for
his brother is the one who takes it on the bridge on Milestone, right? That's his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, bro,
then
that Milestone, he goes to the bridge.
The urgency if I give you my heart, my time, my soul. I mean, bro, Kill, you talked about that song in regards to how modern day guys ain't.
Oh yeah, with Deion Cole. If you haven't seen Deion Cole's special, y'all have to watch that. It's hilarious, man.
Yeah, they ain't saying stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's my pick.
All right, JR, what you got for Face?
The album, I agree with you. Waiting to Exhale. I mean, that's his best produced to me. When you can give a song to everybody and it still feels like theirs, like. Who can do that and have all these heavy hitters on there and to give everybody a song? Like, you know what I mean?
I would love to be a fly on the wall in those studio sessions. Like,
he talked about it during the verses. Like, he was like, yo, having people coming in back to back. Like, he said it was crazy to him. You know what I mean? Because it was like, they really doing these songs and it fit them. You know what I'm saying? And then some of them was coming in like looking at him like.
I mean, the fact that you got Patty and Aretha in there, like just.
And Shaka.
Yeah, and Shaka, like, yo.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Aretha wasn't gonna listen. She gonna do what the hell she wanna do, and yeah.
She's Aretha. I mean, she y'all niggas. Y'all come in here and do what y'all want to do.
I do it for one episode, and you giving me all this.
I'm not giving. I'm gonna be quiet, like Rel said.
My God!
You're not gonna win today, baby.
I'm not. It's impossible. But yeah, I feel you. I think it was incredible what he did. To me, that was like the if there was any doubt of Babyface's, like what we're saying about Nas now, it's like if there was any doubt of Face, I felt like that Waiting to Exhale was the mic drop. Like, niggas, leave me the fuck alone. Ain't nobody topping this. Like, it's almost like that 6th ring for Jordan. Like, y'all want to get the title, y'all want the chip, y'all gonna have to do something like this. So,
and since y'all named Tony, and I'm gonna give it to Bobby.
Not mad at that.
I'm gonna give it to Bobby. I'm gonna give it to him because I mean, come on, like everything he did for him on Dolby Crew hit, like for real, and then come around again on the Bobby album again. So it was like,
did Face do rock with you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
He the reason I like turtlenecks.
That's so random, bro.
Yo, I'm doing this shit to me again. Hey, Burn, chill, bro.
Y'all not doing this again to me 2 weeks in a row. Hey, what you got for Face, man?
Oh man,
we're not doing this again.
As far as the album goes, once again, I gotta agree with Vern. I think that Toni Braxton debut just gave her everything on that, man. I remember like my parents and like my aunts especially like played the hell out of that album. I remember hearing a lot of it. As far as like best to do it, I'll go with TLC, man. I like what he did, especially like on Crazy Sexy Cool, Red Light Special, and Digging on You.
Red Light Special, Red Light Special.
Hey, JR, I got a question for you about Babyface. Where do you rank him, like, where do you put him, like, as a songwriter? Because I'm listening to all these names we're talking about that he produced and wrote for, and then I'm like, yo, he produced The Boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some versatility for your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where
he's definitely, for me, he's definitely on the Mount Rushmore. As songwriters, yes. Absolutely.
Hey, Rel, do yourself a favor and listen to the 2-part episode of that guy with the afro. Babyface is on there, and then after that, listen to the Jimmy Jam 2-part episode, bruh. Okay. So many gems, so
many.
Yo, I really cannot listen to Quest. You could tell me kill the fucking lottery numbers.
Oh, I get it.
I get it, but you just got it. Just let override.
I get it.
I need like a fast forward mechanism where it's like just start at 3:21, then come back at 9:18.
And it ain't just him. It ain't just him.
It ain't just him.
Yeah.
Porsche, you did a you played the fifth, so you're good on Face.
I gave you the album, but I can't do the one.
But you played the fifth on that. All right. Dr. Dre. Best to ever do it, best produced album. Porsche, who you got?
Okay. This one was also tough, but I'm going to go with Snoop. And I'm going to go with Doggy Style. And I know that's very obvious, but there are very few albums that are better Doggy Style all around. That is, I think that is a top album, hip hop album of all time. And so for me, as obvious as this is, I'm going with the obvious choices. I do love Cube. I love the stuff, he did with NWA, Eazy-E, all of them. That's great. But I have to go Snoop and Doggy Style. And it's literally a 5-mic album, classic album. Beats are dope. Rapping is dope. Everybody on there. Like, it's just amazing all around. So.
All right, no doubt. For Dre, I got right here, DOC.
I knew that.
I forgot about that, man. How could I just forget about
this? On a great track right there. The formula, it's joined on here, Portrait of a Masterpiece. Like, there's just so much game on this album that was just incredible right here. And if anybody who follows me knows how much I love the production of Niggas for Life, man. Sonically, this album may be the best produced mixed album I've ever heard. Like, I remember back in Burn, you remember these days when you had the CD changer. And I remember, like, I was at my man's crib and we listened to music and this came on the CD changer and it just got loud. And niggas was like, yo, who turned up the volume? It was like, nobody did. Like, this shit is just an incredibly produced album. And again, it's probably the producer in me, but the shit that Dre was doing on this album, I get it. Everybody loves the Chronic and Doggy Style, but production-wise, for me, from a producer standpoint, the shit he was doing on here, the first joint, Real Niggas Don't Die. From the rare earth, I just want to celebrate. It's just an incredible album for me. So that's what I got for Dre. Rel, what you got?
For album, and let's be clear, whenever you play somebody else's album and play a Dr. Dre produced album, this shit always sound clearer and louder. I don't know what he be doing. Like when you play the Chronic, that shit is loud.
Bro, you know what blew my mind? That thing, the Desolate Ones, the HBO special with him and Jimmy Iovine, or whatever. What's his name? Iovine. When he said that the Chronic was already mixed when it got to Jimmy. So Dre produced it and mixed it himself before he even got the record deal.
Yeah,
like that's mind blowing to me.
That's crazy.
You mixed this yourself in whatever studio setup you had. I don't know if it's like in the NWA movie, because if y'all remember when they was doing G thing, they was just in Dre's mansion.
Yeah.
So again, that blew my mind. I was like, okay, boom, he got the deal, got the studio, mixed, bro. Yeah. Sorry, bro, you got it.
Yeah, those the way they sound is so clear and loud compared to other people's stuff, man. It's crazy. But I'm gonna go with Porsche. I'm gonna go with Doggy Style for best produced John. Like that's a crazy, flawless album to me, man. And you know what I'm saying, he did his thing. Like it was stuff like sound wise I was expecting. Then when I heard Pump, I was like, what the fuck? Like that shit is like boom bap type shit. That shit is crazy, man. So I'm gonna go with Doggy Style. And the best over Dre, I'm with Kill, man. Listen, DOC, man. Like when you because he had a flow and a thing about him that wasn't heavy West Coast. Like it was bars. Like he was, you know what I'm saying? He was spitting. Like the formula, like, yo, look at those lyrics on the formula. Like he's like spitting, like for real. You know what I'm saying? And I think we were deprived of, him being on more stuff because of the unfortunate accident. But he was that dude. Like he was crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? We could have got more. Who's we don't know what's could have been. You know what I'm saying? Because he was crazy.
Bro, if we would have got a DOC album between Niggas for Life and The Chronic.
Yeah, like when Dre was like really in his bag, like we don't know what could have happened or where he could have been. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that accident didn't happen, like, and so I'm gonna agree with Kill and go with the DLC for the best over a Dre beat.
All right, Eddie, who you got, man?
I'm going with The Chronic. For obvious reasons. I mean, I think, between Chronic and Doggy Style is my top two, but I'm giving the slight edge to Chronic, and the best over Dre production, I gotta go with Snoop. From what he did early on to what he did on the Chronic and on his own album and all that, like, just showed like it was just natural chemistry there. So yeah, definitely Snoop.
All right, JR, who you got?
Snoop and Doggy Style, same here. They ain't changed. Like Snoop killed it as usual, and Doggy Style is my favorite. So Dre bodied that. So it's those two.
All right, and Vern, what about you?
I'm going best on the Dre track, DOC, as y'all said, and the best Dre produced album. The Chronic, man, that was a force of nature. I mean, we had never heard nothing like that. I mean, and it was ubiquitous. You like that? Well, you like that? Well,
Say that again. Say that again, bro.
Ubiquitous. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Everywhere. East Coast, down south, Midwest, West Coast. It was everywhere. So those are my picks.
I think bro got his next T-shirt. The ubiquitous T-shirt.
All right, next up, we got Teddy Riley out of Harlem.
Y'all know what ubiquitous mean, though? My fault. Everybody know what that mean? Okay.
Yeah, why don't you refresh my memory, good brother? I'll be that one person who...
From what I could, it's like found everywhere. Like, you can see it everywhere. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, it was good. Hey, I told earlier.
Everybody didn't know, not on this panel, but people watching it. Yeah,
that's real. That's why I love when Kill say he don't.
And again, people on Twitter don't know what the fuck slander even means. So again, I need
I knew that train is never late. I knew that was coming.
You gotta. I feel like goddamn, I gotta teach you how to program drums, shape up your beard, and what the fuck words mean. God damn, I don't know. Porsche, what you got for Teddy Riley?
I got Keith Sweat solely because of Make It Last Forever. I love that song.
Do you really love a song called Make It Last Forever? I find that hard to believe. I would think you would love Make It Last for Infinity. So I'm just shocked that Forever made the cut with you. But
I love that. So to me, again, Teddy Riley, super talented. I'm gonna go with Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever. So.
And what album? You're saying Keith Sweat in the album?
Yeah. Both for everything. Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever. Love it.
All right, no doubt. That Make It Last Forever album, 5 Mike classic in my eyes, man. I'm going with Aaron Hall. Loved Aaron. And I'm gonna go with God's first album. Right there for his best produced work as a whole. If a lot of people are gonna say Aaron, my side note would be Dave Hollister. I love Dave on that first Black Street album. So I'm gonna go that route. Rel, what you got for Teddy Riley?
Yeah, I got The Future. That album, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Classic to me. And I'm going Aaron Hall. Like, it's simple for me with Teddy Riley. Like, The Future, that's my John, and Aaron Hall over the Teddy Riley production. Easy money.
Aaron, Candyman seemed like he knocked him out the box, but Aaron's 2 solo albums are really, really dope to me. You know what I mean? It's so funny because when I talk R&B, I'm always looking down at JR for his reaction. This nigga ain't even blink, so I guess Aaron Hall's 2 solo albums ain't impressed you that much.
Oh, no, it's cool. No, okay. I like Aaron Hall's. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm looking at a text. I'm sorry.
All right, no doubt. No, I think anytime somebody say R&B up here, we look at you because you make a face to show if you agree or not.
I make a face or something when y'all say
you make a face all the time. Nigga.
I said I loved Allure and JR.
Like, bro, there you go. Here's your face, right?
There's a face right there.
Here's your face right there. You make a face all the time. That's why I'm always like, why are you looking at me in that tone of face?
Oh, yeah.
Vern, what you got for Teddy Riley?
Man, The Future is one of the most sonically pure R&B albums I've ever heard. And I might be biased because of the time of my life, in college, out partying, whatever. But that album is just crazy. And on a Teddy Riley track, I gotta go with Chauncey and Dave and them. Black Street.
Yeah. Now you talking the second. The second is Chauncey.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm gonna go with Dave. Whoever did Before I Let You Go. That's Dave Hollister.
I thought Dave Hollister and Chauncey were on the first Black Street album.
But that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Chauncey was with Dave.
That's okay. Then that's what I was talking about. You made me.
Yeah.
It's these faces, JR. You really don't know you make these faces?
No, I didn't say anything.
You don't have to, JR. Your face does.
All right. You got it.
All right, JR, what about you?
What I was gonna say, his best producer is The Guy. Like that album there from beginning to end is just nuts. Since I think y'all said, I'm gonna go with Michael.
Michael what? Dave?
Michael Jackson. Yep.
Did he produce the whole album?
What, a whole Danger?
No. Yeah.
Nah, No. You said what you
best
like
on the Teddy
track, so I'm doing Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do Michael on the track, and then I'm gonna do Guy as the album he fully produced. Yeah, he didn't do All Dangerous, but I like what he did with Michael on Remember the Time and In the Closet and Can't Get Away, and I mean She Drive Me Wild is some shit. But at the end of the day, that's joint. Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. Eddie, what about you?
I think I agree. I agree with JR, man. Like, I think Michael. As far as I was thinking about that Dangerous album. I know he didn't produce all of it, but I definitely like Michael on there. And Guy.
Hey, I don't know what side of the fence you on. Are you a Boyz II Men nigga or a Jodeci? Who do you like better?
Dude, I don't discriminate, man. I like some Boyz II Men joints and I like some Jodeci joints. You know what I mean? So
all right. So you middle of the street. So it's two.
I don't swing too far either way. Like, I'm not a Boyz II Men fan like Porsche, and I'm not a super Jodeci fan like you are. You know, I appreciate it.
All right, no doubt. Next up, we got Large Professor, to be one of the most slept-on producers in hip-hop history. Porsche, are you tapping out? What are you doing? Are you going last?
Yeah, this one was also extremely difficult for me, but I have to go with the classic Main Source Breaking Atoms as my best produced album. I mean, that's Large Pro that is Large Pro through and through. I think that's like synonymous with his name. When you say Large Professor, it's the first thing that comes to mind. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Large Professor, Breaking Atoms. Yep.
And who's the best to do it on it?
That you have to come back to me.
All right, Porsche, remind me. I'm getting old. I may forget to come back. Large Professor, the best to ever do it on Large Professor track. I'm gonna go with Nasty Nas. Key words, I said Nasty Nas. Halftime, It Ain't Hard to Tell. Oh, It Ain't Hard to Tell. Yeah, JR. Yeah. It Ain't Hard to Tell, especially that remix. Because when I first heard the remix, my brain was searching my mental Rolodex to find out when did Biz ever say Nas is the king of disco. And I'm like, I can't come up with it. And then it hit me highly recognized as the king of disco. And I said, this nigga Large Professor done took the word recognize, chopped rec off, and just got Nas as the king of disco. Bro, rewind, stay chiseled.
You're the man.
Class with you the man. Like, come on, man.
God.
I'm like Porsche is Breaking Atoms. To be honest, Large Professor really didn't produce a whole lot of whole albums. Which
that's why I was gonna ask. Did he?
That's one of the reasons why I don't think his name is really brought up a lot, because he didn't produce a lot of whole albums. I mean, I think it was supposed to. I would think in the way of the time that this was in '91, he would have produced Nas. Everybody who was at Live at the Barbecue, he would have produced the whole album. So he would have done Nas's whole album. He would have done Akinyele's whole album. He would have done Joe Fatal's whole album.
Yeah.
But it just didn't, turn out like that. So is that, and because this is the easiest pick, I had to throw this in there because nobody talks about Vagina Diner.
I was going to say Akinyele for that reason. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, nobody talks about Vagina Diner. This is Large Pro 93, 94. I can't even really see the year. 93. You can't beat anything Large Professor 93. And here's the thing. I mean, again, Nas stole the show with I Went to Hell for Snuffing Jesus, but I ain't gonna hold you. Ock's whole style kind of had me and my crew like, yo, what's up with Boy? Like that whole, now after a while it got played out, you know what I mean? But the first time hearing it was like, yo, that's an ill style. So Akinyele's a slept on joint. Rel, what about you? I got a feeling I know where you're gonna go with the MC. But.
Yeah. So album, I'm gonna go with Breaking Atoms as well. Looking at the Front Door, was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Live at the Barbecue, all that. I'm gonna be honest though, one of my favorite Main Source tracks though is Faking the Funk, man. I just remember when that song came out, man. That was that was my
the
shit.
Whole beginning, man.
And
when that bass line drop and the
drums, man.
This is how we do.
He went crazy on that.
You know, the exotic on that joint was crazy.
Yeah. And you were saying how he did with the It Ain't Hard to Tell remix, and then on You're the Man, that's not really saying You're the Man. That's saying Sugar Man. That's where the sample came from.
Right.
And he kind of chopped it to make it sound like You're the Man. So, you know what I'm saying? Just little things like that was, adds to his genius, you know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm gonna go with Nas over Large Pro Beats. And because one of my favorite songs of all time, period, NEMC is "It Ain't Hard to Tell," and that's you know how he did. He did the Human Nature flip sample, whatever.
Yo, quick question, bro. All the joints you named have drums in them, right?
Yeah. I love drums.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
It's something. Yeah, it's just dope. That's dope. That's dope. You right, Jay?
You talking about those?
Yeah. I know that they was just invented last week. Everybody, Word just got his. I know they was just invented. We got a new instrument on planet Earth called drums. I know everybody can't have a set just yet, but y'all should get y'all some drum kits or something.
Yeah. Hey, Q, it's cause of the supply chain backup, man. That's why cats are going drumless.
You know what loops remind me of with no drums? I don't know if y'all remember this. When Popeye's chicken sandwich was a shit and people getting killed for it and everything, they were saying, yo, we don't have the buns, but if you bring in your own potato buns, we can put the chicken. I swear to God, this is a true fucking story. I'm not making this shit up. Like, this is how crazy it is. But the crazy part was that if you went, you still had to pay full price. And it's like, but I'm bringing my own bread. So again, I look at it like, hey, producers, live your life. You're able to charge somebody the same price that you would for drum. Here's the thing I love about, Faking the Funk, and even going back to Pete for a second, because I didn't realize this until probably 94 when I got my hands on some of those Dusty Groove records. They were called Pete Treats, and they had all the samples where Pete would get his stuff from. And when you listen to Straighten It Out, there's no way in the world you couldn't have told me the whole song wasn't from the same album, and it's not. It's from 3 different albums. And Pete just blended that together so beautifully into one piece that it was just like, yo, you mean Straighten Out is this, and it's chocolate buttermilk, and it's like, it was just like, yo, this is amazing to me. And it's the same thing. Like, it's like, I feel like when producers just give you a loop and then charge you the same price that they would charge you for a regularly produced track, it's like going to McDonald's and spending the same for a Big Mac, but there's no meat on it. You're just paying for the bread. Like, so yeah, just my, like JR said, my weekly shot at niggas who just loop. And this is all the time. Again, I have nothing with a drumless loop here and there, but if your whole discography is just loops, come on, man, y'all gotta do better out there. Bro, what's going on with you with I don't forgot who the fuck we on. Large Professor.
All right, so best to do it. Well, best album, obviously Breaking Atoms. Best to do it on a Large Pro track, man. These two had perfect chemistry together. It's like they knew what each other was thinking. Large Professor on Breaking Atoms.
I'm sitting here like, okay, like, damn, okay, who he about today? Because I'm like, they got the same chemistry on. Nah, you're right. Large Pro was just a monster on those beats, man. You know what I mean?
Some of his best MCing, and producing is on that. Like, he was, his MCing on that album was.
But the hard part, and I feel like it's because of hip hop, and by the time you record an album, this is not nowadays where Westside Gunn can drop an album at midnight and at 10 o'clock he's still finishing up the last song to go on the album. This is back in the day when you got to record an album a year ago and it takes a year for it to come out. That people like Large Professor and AG and like MCs like that would like that rhyme style that was very basic. This is not disrespectful, but a basic rhyme style that by the time their second album came out, like by the time Goodfellas came out, I felt like lyricism just like passed AG by. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with Large Professor. Like, he was never no lyrical genius. Like, he was dope, but just by the time like 93, 94 hit, it was just like, nobody wanted to watch Roger do his thing. Even though when it came out, that was my shit. You know what I mean? Or Looking at the Front Door. These are incredible songs, but lyricism just got so much better, so much faster that I just don't think like rappers like AG, Large Professor, and other MCs like that could really keep up with the new way people were rapping and everything like that. Because it's crazy. You look at Runaway Slave, everybody loves that, and then Goodfellas drops, and you barely hear anybody say anything about Goodfellas outside of the Premier remix.
Next Level, yeah,
the Next Level remix. Outside that, you almost never hear anybody play anything off that album. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. JR, Large Professor.
I'm I'm not gonna say album because I didn't know any, but Nas for beats for real. Because Halftime is still my favorite Nas song. Period. So a lot of Professor body that, and then after that, You're the Man and Rewind. Like, oh my god. So yeah, Nas is mine.
Yo, I was just sitting here going through some stuff, and I saw this story of Large Professor talking about the Rewind session. He's like, yo, we just had the beat up, playing, left the studio. Next day we came back, and I was like, yo, bring that beat up. I want to rhyme on it. And he just spit the whole story backwards.
Wow. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, like, nigga, like, you just told the whole story backwards? Like,
and this is a proud moment. He can't get the respect, man.
I would have been looking at that nigga like he crazy. Like,
yeah,
do that. Like,
but see, those are the things. Like, those are the times that I'm like, okay, stop. What was you smoking? Okay, who was you smashing? Like, we may need to bring this perfect storm back together again. Like,
right?
You had that sticky ooey. You had 4 Heinekens. Okay, let's get that. Let's put that. Add that all up. Bro, if you come back in the studio with that, man, you on some whole next level type shit. Eddie, what you got for Large Pro?
Yeah, album Breaking Atoms, man. And like I was digging recently, like, and I came up with this gem. That's the Looking at the Front Door B-side with Faking the Funk. Yo, like, I was like, hell yeah.
That's
a Looking at the Front Door with Faking the Funk.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never seen that because they came out at 2 different times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy because the 12-inch for Looking at the Front Door was when they had the keyhole and it had Main Source in them on like a brownstone step. But that's bug because that came out after the Breaking Out. So I just never seen that before, and it's crazy y'all both got it.
Yeah, I think it's $6, man.
You know, I think there's a reissue. That's probably why.
Yeah.
But it's still like crazy, man.
Yeah,
but like what y'all was saying, like definitely Nas, man. Like like everything they did, like Live on the Barbecue from Illmatic, like. But Stay Chisel joint that Kill mentioned, man, like, I remember going crazy over that joint, man. Like, just crazy joint right there. And like, you can't deny the chemistry right there. But Nas, I mean, like we talked about on the Clubhouse, but the Twitter Spaces, man, like he on the top, man. And looking back, like people talk about like what he did over Premier tracks, man, but what he's done over Large Professor tracks is crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. Next up, we got Timbaland out of VA. Porsche, what you got?
I got for best over Timbaland beats, I have Aaliyah. And I love Aaliyah. I don't talk about Aaliyah as much as I should because I really like her. Of course, I mean that's the OG baby girl. I always tell people anytime they say baby girl, I'm like, Aaliyah's the OG. But I don't know, like, I want to say 1 in a Million is the best Timbaland produced album, but I don't think it's entirely produced by Timbaland. And they are telling me it's not. So I don't actually, the thing with me is I don't love Timbaland as much as most people do. I don't. And I'm very particular with how I like the Timbaland beats to go. And I think that Aaliyah, for me, is really actually does Timbaland more favors than he does her, if that makes sense. Like, she's better for him than he is for her, in my opinion. So I want to say the 1 in a Million album, if I can get away with saying that. If not, I really don't have an album, but the best over Timbaland beats for me, Aaliyah, hands down, without question.
All right, no doubt. I'm with you on that, Porsche. I got Aaliyah as the best to do it on Timbaland joint. Best produced album, Justin Timberlake's 2020 Experience, the first joint. That joint to me is just... You
are the biggest Justin Timberlake fan I know. I don't know.
I like the white boy. I mean, I'm not racist. I'm sorry. I like white people. I'm sorry. I know I'm dark skinned, but I like white people. They're cool. You know, my grandma was white, so I don't mind white folks. You know? But I thought 2020 was crazy shit. I thought Love, Sex. What is it, JR? Love,
Future, Sex.
Yeah. Future. I love that joint too. But yes, Porsche, I guess I'm the biggest Justin Timberlake fan.
Well, it's not that you're the
I don't
biggest
think so. I don't think I'm the biggest Justin Timberlake
I don't think you're the biggest Justin Timberlake fan, but you really always mention Justin Timberlake when
I love that 20 for 20 album. That
Well, you
2020
also like the
experience.
Man in the Woods album too.
I do like the Man in
Which I
the
think
Woods
is
album.
fucking trolling.
No, you don't. No, you don't, Kill. You don't like the album, do you?
Yeah,
bro?
he do. We did a whole episode about it. He's lying, yo. He's
That's why I'm
lying.
laughing. I'm looking at JR.
You catch it, Vern. You catching it,
I've been
Vern.
watching you the whole
Yeah,
time.
well, there was like one joint. There's like one joint on that album.
ASR 10.
I give them
ASR
one
10.
joint
Y'all
on
know
that
that's
album.
like
That's it.
swearing to God in my house. If I say ASR 10, that's like swearing to God. I like the Man in the Woods album. I don't think it's better than 2020 Experience, but I like it's probably about 6 or 7 songs I really fuck with on there.
6 or 7.
The one with Alicia Keys, I think is crazy. I know JR hates that, but I mess with that joint. I like the album.
Name another one. Name another song.
There's the joint is like, y'all can't do better than this. Y'all can't do better than this. Tell me the South ain't the shit. Y'all know I suck with names. I can't name stuff like
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, I got you.
I'm 48, y'all. Y'all gotta start cutting me some slack.
No,
You right. You right. I'm giving it to you. You right.
Will
Even
has
though
been
you full
mentioning
of
Man
it
in
with
the Woods since
but
the
okay.
drop. I have to say.
And I will stand on that. Remember, I like Chance the Rapper's last album, and y'all gave me hell for that for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And I'm still
Yeah. We still
I
would,
like some
yo,
strange shit, y'all. What can I say, man?
Rel about to get the bottle.
I love my wife. I really love my wife. I really love my wife.
You have it.
That could have been the name of that album. That literally could have been the name of that album. Like, I really love my wife more than I love breath. That really could have been the name of that album. But hey, what can I say? I liked it. Going back to Justin, I like Midnight Summer Jam. That was crazy. I like Sauce. I like Man of the Woods. Higher.
Enough.
Higher was.
We've had enough. No, thank you.
Y'all want to talk about it?
No, you did. I said name me one song, not 8. You're good.
Breeze on the
Take
Pond.
your Wrangler and cowboy boots somewhere. We don't care. Like, nobody cares.
Oh God, I tell you, man, it's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd. Bro, did we already do you for Timberland?
No.
All right.
I was gonna say one.
See, it's messed me up because I got Porsche in the corner because I don't want to put your face over the damn thing, and it throws me off. Now I'm going in order. But bro, what you got for Timberland?
I was gonna say 1 in a Million too, but he didn't produce that whole joint. I'm gonna go with the Super Duper Fly joint, the Missy joint, for production.
Okay.
Yeah, very well produced. I mean, when I heard the rain, like how that was flipped and all, that was crazy. Like, I can't even front. I'm not the biggest Timberland fan.
Yeah,
that was crazy, man. He had some real heat on that. And as far as the best over Timberland beat, I'm gonna go with Magoo. Psych, nah. I'm gonna go with.
Yo, I was getting scared, man.
Yo, Eddie, you hear how fast I said psych? I had to say psych real fast.
Word, man. It's like
blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aaliyah. Man. Like, I agree with Porsche, man. Like, she shined over his production, and she might have did him more justice than he did her. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Aaliyah.
All right, no doubt. Ron, what about you?
As Rel said, I ain't like the biggest Tim fan, but I'm gonna go for best produced album, Super Duper Missy. And on the Tim track, I'm gonna go cover your ears, JR, with Justin on Cry Me a River. I mean, I think they did some stuff together. So, but that's about it.
All right, no doubt. I would like to say that Missy would have been my horrible. I would have got fired as an A&R because when I first heard I Can't Stand the Rain, I was like, this is the wackest shit I've ever heard in my life.
What?
When I heard her on that Gina Thomas remix with that hee ha, I was like, what the fuck signed this one? I would have lost my job. I would have been like, nope, she can go. I ain't signing her. Like, that would have been one of my moments when I'm like, nope. that would have been one of them kicking myself for the rest of your life.
Oh my god!
I would have been like, you can go kick rocks. I would have been on the phone like, yo, some chick up here stuttering and laughing. I don't know what she doing. So yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, what you got for that?
For Timbaland's album, I'm gonna say 100% Genuine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he killed that. Like, yo, oh my god, like it's like he came off of 1 in a Million and did this. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like he bodied that. As far as getting on, if I would say Aaliyah as well. You know what I mean? She glided on his stuff. So as far as the person that can get on his joint and kill it, I mean, come on, are you that somebody? He bodied that, like, whew. And she rolled that thing like
we gotta give some props to Static. We gotta give some
absolutely for writing it. Yes,
Static
is nuts.
Major. We gotta give some props to him. Eddie, what you got
for album? I'm going with Justin Timberlake, but Future Sex Love Sounds. That's my joint, yo. Like, I think the first album was the joint that was like part Timbaland and part Neptunes. But then Future Sex Love Sounds, when it was like all him and Tim, I feel like leveled up. Like, it was way better than that first album, in my opinion. Like, and then, you know, the 2020 Experience was also dope. But that Future Sex Love Sounds, that's the one right there, man. That was magic right there. And best on Timbaland track, yo, like, put respect on her name. I'm going with Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. Like, yo, like, she don't get enough respect. And I know Jazz right here, like, she's happy. She's like always saying like we need to talk about her more. But yo, like,
here's the thing. What is Missy? Is she an MC or a singer? Because I always see her put in the MC realm, and I'm like, I never looked at Missy as an MC.
She's just an artist.
Artist.
I think she's an artist.
She's creative. I mean, I'm not a huge Missy fan, but I do acknowledge the fact that she understands the art of artistry and entertaining. And she could write songs and she could sing and all that kind of stuff. And she battled I ain't the best looking out here and really made herself shine. And good move, Eddie. Jazz right there on your shoulder. So, you know.
No, but yo, like,
I think I love my wife. I really, 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 really love my wife because she's standing right here by me. So,
but for real, man, I feel like, yo, like, they're the dynamic duo right there, man. Like, and I know Aaliyah, like, I agree with y'all. Like, Aaliyah's been dope, but I feel like really like Missy and Timbo, like, they're that dynamic duo.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. Next up, we got my personal favorite #1 producer ever, Dilla. For Dilla, I'm going Best Who Ever Did It and Best Produced Album, Slum Village Fantastic Volume 2. Again, takes me back to the 889 days when we would get these 12 inches in from I Don't Know and Climax and Players. Again, Players would just, again, if you listen to 889, certain songs we just played all the time. I think we probably played Players every hour. We were on from midnight to 5. We probably played Players all the time. One of my favorite songs, incredibly produced album right here. Truth be told, it's really a mixture of this and Volume 1 that I finally was able to get my hands on years ago. But because some of the songs that ended up on here, like Beej in them, is not the original Beej in them that's on here. So again, this is like one of those albums that there was a couple of remixes on that the originals weren't on, but this right here. So that's, and my Best Who Ever Did It was just, well, you know what? I'll almost say the Best Who Ever Did It on a Dilla beat. I'll go Common. I'll actually go Common from Like Water for Chocolate. Him and Dilla just connected on that album and everything like that. So I will say Best Produced is Volume 2, but the Best Who Ever Did It was Common. Bro, who you got?
Albums, I got Like Water for Chocolate. Even though how much of that album did he produce?
I mean, he did like 90%.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with that. And for MCs, I'm gonna go with Common. With the honorable mention to, I like some of the stuff Busta did over Dilla's beats as well. Yeah, I like some of the stuff Busta did over Dilla's beats. So I'm gonna go with that. And I ain't gonna lie, like
that's true.
Like just straight beats like Donuts is impressive. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. I'm going my Jodeci shit. My bad.
Vern, who you got?
All right, Dilla. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna pick best album, so to speak. Lab Cabin, California. How much of that did he?
Like 4. So
yeah.
Hey man, yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
Go with that.
And then best on the Dilla. I'm gonna go with De La with Stakes is High.
I knew, and that's a dope answer, man.
I'm with. Damn, that's good. That's a yeah. That's good answer. And that's one of my favorite. Damn, Vern, good job. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Good answer. JR, what's going on?
Well, produced album, I'm gonna say Welcome to Detroit. For me anyway.
Welcome to Detroit box set.
Right here. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
You got the box set? Whoa.
Damn.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got the CD in my car.
Oh my God, I love that album so much. And we talked about it with somebody on
y'all know it's Dilla Central over here in my crib.
I forgot who I was talking to.
You know it's Dilla Central over here.
Right. Yeah, Welcome to Detroit. And honestly, on his beat, I would have to say Erica.
Not mad that didn't you know, John?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I love him on My Life. Kiss Me on My Neck. Everything he did on Mama's Gun. Like, crazy. So
I gotta go look at the credits. I don't think he did anything outside of what you know. I don't know. I'll look at the credits, but I know
he did. He definitely did My Life. He did Kiss Me on My Neck. And I think that was it. I think.
My God. You know how you know you're getting old when you look at liner notes and they just look like mumbo jumbo.
Take a picture on your phone and blow it up.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta bring out the good old handy magnifying.
All right, let me go on. Hold on.
I'm like,
anywhere where it says
just to think that I used to be able to read these with no problem.
Those joints that JR said he did produce those.
He did? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Good Lord. Man, you're getting old. Okay, Eddie, what you got, man?
I got I gotta go with Fantastic Volume 2, man. Because like what he did on that, like I feel like he blew my mind some of the joints. And honestly, like I didn't hear that album when it first came out like that. Like I think by the time I heard it, what was maybe a year or two later, like because there was a lot of chatter about it on OK Play, I remember, but like I couldn't find that joint, and so I wound up hearing it, finding and hearing it afterwards. And my close number 2 would be Like Water for Chocolate. And originally I was gonna go with Common for the best over, but like bro mentioned Busta, I think Busta is, because I say Busta because I feel like Busta stretches Dilla in a way that few other MCs, like I think Dilla stretches himself also, and Slum with their rhyme style, right? But Busta, like the beats Busta picks from Dilla, they all different. Like, he'll have like the crazy up tempo stuff. He'll have the more soulful stuff, like
And with Busta, most of the times that him and Dilla work together, they're just off his beat CDs. So it's not even like he's crafting it for Busta. It's just
no, I got you.
Get your hands on a Busta beat CD. I mean a Dilla beat CD, and you just grab what you want.
No, I hear you, man. But I feel like what Busta picks is like more diverse than like what Common picks. Like Common is in a certain bag, yo. I feel like Busta sounds good on all types of Dilla beats.
Right, you're right. Next up, we got Pharrell Williams. You know what? I'm gonna just say Pharrell. I guess I'll say the Neptunes because then there's always somebody. What about Chad?
I was gonna say it, but that's all right.
I will say the Neptunes. My favorite, best to ever do it on a Neptune joint, because I'm not a big fan of no R&B shit. Push and the dopest produced album right here, Hell Have No Fury. You know what I mean? And just for people out there watching, I don't mean to discredit Chad. I just need to understand. Again, I'm a producer. I need to know exactly what this Chad do, because when I see things that say produced by Pharrell, they sound dope as shit. So I'm like, well, if you can do this by yourself, I just need to know what Chad does. And I feel like every time the explanation is on some Jerobi type shit. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I always say Pharrell, because normally, you know, you don't see Jimmy Jam doing a track by himself and it sounds dope by itself, and you say, oh damn, with the Terry Lewis dude then. So I don't ever want to, it's not taking shots, but again, the producer in me needs to understand what exactly do you do, because I've seen what Pharrell can do by himself. Now I gotta see what Chad can do. It's almost like with Tribe. When Ali started producing for other people and Tip started producing for other people, I said, oh, Tip did all them Tribe beats. I knew from the door. I need no documentary to tell me that. I could already see that that's what Tip was doing. So just for everybody out there for Chad, that's why I say it like that. I just need Pharrell to be like, when we made this beat, Chad did X, Y, and Z. So that's what it is. Well, what you got for Pharrell?
Yo, so for Pharrell Neptunes, I got Lord Willing and Hell Have No Fury. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
I mean, go ahead, B. Jones.
Only because I just remember, like, I think I love Hell Have No Fury. But I just remember when first hearing Lord Willing, I was like, yo.
Hearing Grinding, man.
Yeah, Grinding. I was like, yo, what is going, bro? You can't tell me you ain't been in the lunchroom and hit the
lunch tables.
That's the last song that kids were in the lunchroom banging on the table. That was it right there. That was the depth of banging on the lunchroom table, making drums, was Grinding.
Yeah,
that's the last time.
You know what? It was kind of reminiscent of Top Billin', man, in that way.
Yeah,
I feel like Top Billin' was.
If I can put the grinding drums, I would define them as a breakbeat. And I've never done that with another producer's drums, where I could be like, "Oh, you using the grinding breakbeat?" Like that's how dope those drums were.
Yeah, that. So both of those albums, like when I just remember hearing when I first heard Lord Willing, I was like, "Yo, this is."
And you heard how Grinding came together, right?
Yo, he was like, if y'all don't get your ass to the studio, I'm giving it to Hove or some shit, right? Then he said that?
Push was on some shit like, man, your shit too soft, man. This shit too soft.
Oh, word.
And he went in the studio and made Grinding, and then he called him like, yo, if y'all ain't here in an hour, it's going to J.
Going to J, yeah. So that's
see,
crazy.
Sometimes you need that Hurricane G, God bless the dead, that get off that punk smooth shit, come with that rough shit. Right. And then nigga popped up with Grinding, so.
And I just remember people not really like grasping the lyrics, what was going on in Grinding, because you know they was talking some real like now we know, but you know some real drug dealer talk and Grinding. And
bro, I remember when this came out, I remember niggas being like, "Yo, Kill, why they in the stove?" Like now, like you said, now it's everybody's on the pod, on the stove guy cooks, but back then I remember being like, "Yo, why these niggas in the stove?" And I'm like.
Right.
You know, if you don't know, like Pusha said, if you know, you know.
So that leads to who's the best over that beast. I'm going with the Clips. And you know, the thing is, like, they can give you something like crazy, like went with crazy drums and congos and shit, and then give you Keys Open Doors, which is simple, but just like
so nasty,
dark and crazy and nasty. Yeah, it's just nasty. You know what I'm saying? So they can when they get in their Clips bag, that shit is on some other shit. Like they get crazy. And I'm gonna put this out there too. They gave a group from Philly's Most Wanted. They gave them a lot of good beats. The group didn't blow. You know what I'm saying? But I just remember
go back and check that because I never listened to that album.
They gave it's almost all of the albums produced by the Neptune. Like almost the whole album.
I need to check.
They gave them a lot. They just didn't. They just, you know, that's another thing. You got it or you don't. They just didn't have it how kind of like how the Clips had it. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm gonna go with those.
All right, Ron. What about you, brother?
Best fully produced Neptune. I'm gonna do Till the Casket Drop. Has two of my favorite clip joints. I mean, Big Deal and Popular Demand.
Bro, Popular Demand.
Like that Brian Brown. Yeah.
Oh my, eating chicken in front. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, you are now tuned into the phenomenal.
Yeah, man.
Bad work of the radio.
Like that Palm Blonde I had a long time ago.
Time ago.
On the $1 note.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And the wild part, I heard that story was true about that white girl.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Oh my God, man. You talk about Popular Man. And Cam comes in and kills that shit.
Yes.
Man.
I gotta listen to my Best of Clips mix. Oh my God.
You made a Best of Clips mixtape?
Oh yeah.
Put it on Twitter before it dies.
My bad. You still got
okay, and so best to do it on Neptune.
Oh yeah.
Since Rail got a slash, I'm gonna do a slash. I'm gonna say SWV, Rain on Me, and slash Justin Timberlake, take you from here.
Pharrell did Rain?
I mean, what? No, Use Your Heart.
Use Your Heart.
Use Your Heart. My bad.
I was like, yo, I had no idea.
My bad, Brian. My bad, man. I ain't mean to disrespect you like that. Hey, Jay, I tell him I ain't mean that. But but yeah, Use Your Heart.
Use Your Heart is fire.
That's my favorite SWV record.
I went. This is like crazy. This is when I got married in '96, and so my parents still had a multi tape cassette, where you could dub. So I went and made my honeymoon drive tape, and Use Your Heart was on there. So that's a special place in my heart for that. But yeah.
That's dope. JR, what about you?
Oh yeah, the song is gonna be SWV with Use Your Heart, but also when they did that what is it called? When That Feeling on New Beginning, that joint is hard too. Like, oh my God. But the album, I'm gonna say Khalees's debut.
Never heard that.
Spaz on it. Yeah, nah, he spazzed on that joint too.
He spazzed, like, yo, like, they went crazy on that joint. Like, as much as you don't think, a lot of the sound that after this is what the Neptunes is kind of known for. Like, if you listen to this album, you will hear a lot of free clips, all that. Like,
you know what? You right. Especially the stuff they did later R&B wise. The beginning is on that Khalees album. What's the slow song that they had that was a single?
Caught Out There you talking about?
After Caught Out There. So Caught Out There.
Get Along With You.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, that album is dope to me.
Ghetto Children, crazy.
Ghetto Children, oh my God, yo.
Yeah. Woo. Nah, they spaz.
I gotta go listen to some Police now.
Yeah, like, I think, Kill, you would like the production for real. Like, joints like Game Show and Mafia. Like,
I could never get into her singing. Like, I liked Milkshake.
Yeah.
That was about the extent of what I could do with Khalees.
Okay.
Khalees is like Madonna in the sense of she know how to kind of style a song, because she ain't no singer, but it fits.
Right. Eddie, what you got for Pharrell?
Man, I'm gonna make it simple, man. I got the clips, and I got Lord Willing, man. Like, yo, like, we talk about grinding, man, but listen, man, we talk about grinding, man, but like that Cop Damn with Roscoe P. Cochain, like,
it's a new day.
Free Roscoe P, man. Free Roscoe P.
Oh my God.
What is he locked up for? I save my free cards for people.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. We'll talk about that off camera. I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, man, they went crazy on that album, man. Like talk about like making a big bang with your debut, like dude.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got Marley Marl out of Queensbridge. For me, the best to do it on a Marley Marl track, I got the Cool Genius of Rap, and the dopest produced Marley track. I told my man this today. He was shocked. Going with Bismarck, going off, man. I think this is the best produced album. Yep. I mean, Picking Boogers, Albee Square Mall, Biz going off, Vapors, Make the Music with Your Mouth Biz, Nobody Beats the Biz. This is something for the radio and Cool V's tribute to Scratching. Like, bro, this album, produced wise, to me, I love this better than Kane, better than G-Raps. So I got that. Bro, who you got, good brother?
For the album, Mama Said Knock You Out.
Very good call.
Good
one. I apologize. I'm following Rel. We can just get rid of the Biz and go with, I don't know where my brain went to.
Yeah,
I have no idea where my brain went to, but you're right. Mama Said Knock You Out.
I love a good bounce back. You know, that's L's bounce back from the previous, you know, and that's a classic album, one of my favorite albums of all time. So Marley killed that, and that leads into who I think the best over Marley Marl track is.
We already know who this is.
Yes.
There it is. I ain't gotta say no more.
Yo, how don't you have a picture of L up at the crib, man?
Oh, it's over here.
Oh, all right.
It's over here.
All right. All right.
I got L, Big, Nas, a picture of the Philly skyline. I got some stuff, man. You know.
All right. Bro, who you got for Marley?
For Marley, Mama Said Knock You Out for the album. And I mean, I'm kind of like Rel, but in the sense, I guess I would say my favorite LL Cool J song is Around the Way Girl. I just love how that song makes me feel. And it's dope. So that's my pick.
Definitely.
Yeah. Around the Way Girl.
Just put you in a good mood songs, yo.
Yeah.
It does.
And at the time it came out too, it just spoke to that moment in time of like you said, seeing all the girls on the basketball court. It was just that perfect summer. It was the mixture of a great radio song with singing, but to impeach the president, the Mary Jane girls. It was just a perfect mixture of just everything right there. It's crazy because Marley tried to stay in that bag a little minute too long. He tried to do that with Craig G's You Were Not the One. And I think me and Craig are the only two people who love that song. But he was trying to go in the same mold of Around the Way Girl. And that's where you always fuck up when you try to follow that same blueprint of the same song and everything like that. JR, Marley, who you got?
Well, Mama Said Knock You Out for the album. But actually for a song, I'm going to go with She's Dope from BBD. The remix.
Not mad at the She's Dope remix because that shit was crazy.
I don't like the original at all.
I don't like the original.
I don't even listen to it now. Like on my playlist, it starts with She's Dope remix. Marley killed that. Like, oh my god.
Marley. All right. Eddie, what you got for Marley?
Yo, man, I was with you. I know you changed your mind, but
I'm gonna go back and stay with Biz.
Man, I got Biz Markie going off, man. And I feel like that album, like, listen, man, Biz ain't the most lyrical, right? But he's an entertainer.
But those songs were huge. Nobody Beats the Biz was huge.
Making music
with your mouth.
Making Boogers was huge.
Right.
Like,
it's not
the radio.
It's not many people telling the best.
It's such a fun album.
Right,
man. You throw that on, man. You want to dance. You having fun. Like, there ain't too many albums like that anymore, man. But for best over Marley, I gotta go with Big Daddy Kane, man. Like, Raw, Set It Off, like all that, yo.
Woo. I'm mad at that. And I think that's the thing about Going Off that I love is that those songs were so big. When you think about Kane's first album, it was Raw, that was big, but his biggest song was Ain't No Half Step. You know, like I said, when you think of Biz, Picking Boogers, Vapors was huge. Everybody knows Vapors.
Vapors was huge.
Everybody knows Nobody Beats the Biz. Everybody knows, the Biz dance. You know what I mean? So, and Make the Music with Your Mouth Biz. Like, those are songs that shorties that didn't even love hip hop knew. You know what I mean? So, very big songs. We got Out of Brooklyn, the Dugard Brothers, the Beatminers. I got the best to ever do it and the best album, Smith & Wesson's The Shining. I just think these two, Tech and Steel, are just hand in hand. And this album is just, this is the perfect wintertime album. It's 45 degrees outside. Throw you on a Scully and some Timbs and a bubble coat. You good to go with this album and this soundtrack right here. I don't know if you can listen to this album in the summertime and get that same feeling, but this is definitely a wintertime album. Rel, who do you have for the Beat Miners?
So I had two. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Into the Stage.
You mad at that shit?
One of my favorite songs of all time is How Many MCs. I remember when I first heard that beat, saw the video, blew my mind.
That video was bro.
Yeah.
I cannot get in the elevator in a New York building and see the little mirror up there and not think of the How Many MCs.
Yeah,
video.
The way that beat just hits, bro. Like that shit is that's crazy, bro.
And seeing Evil D leaning up against the wall on the turntables, like you see, that video is part of 5B intro when come on in, like just perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
so that's Into the Stage and Black Moon, Buckshot, yeah. Buckshot, yeah.
That
was in his
Buck 'Em Down remix, I Got You Open remix. I mean,
I Got You Open remix might have ushered in that sing-songy flow. Man, I don't know. I wasn't hearing that shit before that song, bro.
Yo, I'll tell you this. I know we always talk about the remix, but when they came down here to DC for like the 20th anniversary, the original I Got You Open, that bass line, yo, shaking on that oh my God. The Beat Miners out there, for people who may not know, all this lo-fi shit y'all niggas be talking about, the shit the Beat Miners was doing in 91, 92. So all that lo-fi shit ain't nothing new. All that SP, whatever, rolling, whatever, that ain't nothing but the SP 1200. Burn, what you got up next for the Beat Miners?
All right. Gonna say some stuff that's already been said. Album The Shining, Smith and Wesson, and best to do it, bruh. Who got the props? I remember. I was at the warehouse, and that thing came on. And
explain to people what the warehouse is, bro.
It's a club in Atlanta. This was what, 91, 92. And so we go to the West End Mall to the record store. And I go up to the counter, I'm like, hey man, I don't know the name of the song, but it goes doom doom, doom doom, doom doom. Nigga looking at me like, what are you talking about? Right. Yeah. Who got the props? Yeah, those are I would say Into the Stage and The Shining. Who got the props? I guess the best to do it on the Beat Miners track, yeah.
All right, JR.
Going representing for Brooklyn is going to be Into the Stage for the album for sure. Song. I'm probably going to say Who Got the Props for real. Yeah. Like, oh my God, man. I still remember when my dad played that joint. That shit was rocking, and I was like, oh my God. Whew. Yeah, so I'm going to say Who Got the Props, and I'm going to say Buckshot.
Yeah.
Hey, were there two rappers rapping on that song?
I think
I always wanted to ask that,
but I think it's all Buck though.
But
it is. I wanted to ask that, but
he contradicts himself. Then because one of them never see me with a busted fro, and then he said keep my hair nappy or whatever. So I just was wondering.
Yeah, I think 5 Foot kind of just was doing like the ad libs and the Who Got the Props part, but yeah. Eddie, what you got for the Beat Miners?
Nah, yo, I got Smith and Wesson, the Shining, man. I'm right there with Kill, man. So both best to do it in. You know what I mean? Like Bucktown, like listen, man, Bucktown was like the Brooklyn anthem, man. Like we definitely felt it. Like I feel like that's one of the albums when if I could put like the feeling of Brooklyn in an album, that the Shining album is one of them albums that give me that feeling for sure. Yeah. At least when I grew up, you know what I mean?
If you will allow me a Jodeci moment.
Please go ahead, bro.
if the Beatminerz produced La Flor Escoshka, I gotta talk about that, bro. Woo!
Did they?
Yeah, they did that.
Oh my goodness.
Did they do No Fear OGC?
Yep, they did No Fear.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I always say the Beatminerz was the Funk Brothers to Duck Down. Like that was the thing, man. When that was their sound. You know what I mean? When you think of Let the Brains Go for Helter Skelter, when you think of Therapy, you know what I mean? All those joints, No Fear for OGC, you know what I mean?
I would like kick myself out. I would mention like Soundboy Burial, man. They were flipping that patois.
Oh man, yeah.
That shit was crazy. Yo.
And the story behind that was for Helter Skelter. They made that beat for Helter Skelter and they ain't like it. And Smith & Wesson heard that, like, yo,
that's crazy
on that right now. And again, I couldn't even hear Helter Skelter on that. You know what I mean?
I can't. So, I could, but I feel like Smith & Wesson did
yeah, I mean, I feel like I could hear him on it like Razzcast could be on the joint, the We Gonna Make It. You know what I mean? It would have been a good song, but it wouldn't have been Soundboy Burial. You know what I mean?
Right,
so,
you're right. No, that joint crazy.
We got two more. We got the RZA. The best to ever do it on a RZA track. I'm going to go with Ray and Ghost. To me, this is the best produced RZA album. Cuban Links. You know what I mean? Rel, what you got?
I got Cuban Links, man. Yo, I know in Philly, that album was, like I just remember when that came out, like around my way, that was it. That was all you heard. Like Rainy Days, like that's all we heard. Cause he said Peace to Philly on that joint. Like, that's all we heard. And I'm going
to hear because I was still at Morgan when
you was at Morgan. So I was home. I was home and I just remember, that album was, man, that album was crazy. And like I really like Liquid Swords, but I just, you know how like certain albums you just got that memory of where you was at, what you was doing, and how it made you feel when you heard it. Yeah, that Ray, that Cuban Links is that's one of the best albums ever for me. You know what I'm saying? And so over his tracks, I'm gonna go same thing as you, Ray and Ghost. Like even when they got on Iron Man, like they just got it, bro. They just got it. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Vern, what you got for RZA?
RZA, best produced album. I gotta go with the set off 36 Chambers, man. Sheesh. I mean, do I have to say anything? But yeah. And then Ray and Ghost, as Rel said, with Cuban Links, for the best to really blaze a track about RZA. You pick one.
All right. JR, what you got?
I'm agreeing with Vern. I'm going to say 36 Chambers because I remember first hearing it. And it's, whew, Lord. And I'm going to say Ray and Ghost.
All right. Eddie, I think I know where you're going with the MC, but you may shock me. Who you got?
I'm going to say for the album, I'm going to go Liquid Swords, man. You know how I feel about that album. But, I mean, for MCs, man, I feel like Ray and Ghost, man, what they do together, like that chemistry over RZA, like can't be beat, man. And they did it over multiple albums. Like even the joints on Wu-Tang Forever, like the MGM joint, like, or yeah.
All right, no doubt. Last producers we got on tap, my niggas from Corona, have to show them some love. The Beatnuts. Yo, to me, the best to do it on a Beatnuts track is the Beatnuts. The best produced album, this debut album that I called the Beatnuts. It wasn't until I got on Twitter that people were saying street level. I will say it's not called street level because as you can see on the side of the CD, it just says the Beatnuts. If it was the Beatnuts street level, it would say that. So it's just a sign that's in the background, y'all. The Beatnuts debut album. This album dropped in 1995, I think, in the summer. I'm home for the summer. I'm listening to this album and I said, I don't care what I have to do. I'm getting an SP 1200 when I go back to school in September. I did not care what kind of crimes I had to commit, what kind of credit fraud I had to do. I was getting an SP1200 to make beats after hearing this album. I love this album. Well, who do you have with the Beatnuts?
One of the most underrated groups as far as their music, production, everything. The original album is, but I'm gonna be real with you, man. Something about Stone Crazy I kind of like, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, but the original's the original, but Stone Crazy got Do You Believe on it, man.
Bro.
Listen, man. The Beatnuts, the best over there beats are them.
Would you say bury that ass where God can't even find you?
Yo, this nigga, do you believe in God? You do? Well, tell him to save you.
Bro.
Yo, man. Yo, we talking about some.
Oh my God, that shit had fine that. And I'll never forget because my girlfriend at the time owed me money. And I put on my fucking answering machine. Because if you owe me money, you better find that shit. Because niggas is dying quick behind that shit. That's how petty I was. That my girl owed me money. And I put that on my answering machine. Like, we talking about a changed man.
They got some, like, one of my favorites is Get Funky off of, yo.
Shit, are you ready with Grand Poobah?
Yo.
Oh my God. Just
you about to have me go listen to Beatnuts tonight before I go to sleep.
I'll send you my Best of Beatnuts mixtape too.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy as shit too.
Plug me in on that. Yeah.
That's crazy as shit too.
Yeah, I think they're the best over their beats. With a side shout out to Pun, because they gave him some that's one of his performances. They gave him that. But yo, man, I'm glad you mentioned them, bro, because they don't get enough love, and it's not on here, but I'm just talking about outside of here. Yeah, they don't get enough love, get enough respect, man. Beatnuts was crazy, bro. Crazy.
Bro, what about you, the Beatnuts?
I'm gonna do what you said, and this might not necessarily the Beatnuts. The Beatnuts album, I guess that's what it is, and not necessarily the best, but I think they presented him well. I think they primarily produced that Chia Lee joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah.
Sir.
So I'm gonna pull that out. I mean, I can hear in my head the Let the Horns Blow remix and hear them rhyming on it. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. Slept on Beatnuts joint right here. Curious.
Oh man, I'm curious. Oh my gosh, yeah, Walk Like a Duck. Uptown shit. Yeah, that's my yeah, man.
JR, who you got for the nuts?
I have nothing, and I've been writing down everything that y'all said.
Yo, dope, very dope, man.
Go listen, bro. Go listen.
And the thing is, JR, I know a lot of hip hop heads that really don't fuck with the nuts, but I'm like, yo.
I know you talk about them a lot.
I think they just came out at a time they never had a crew. Whereas like with the Beat Miners, we like, oh, Fab Five, Smith & Wesson, OGC, Black Moon, Tomato producer for everybody, Pete's producer for everybody. It's really the Beatnuts kind of produced just for themselves, maybe.
But didn't they do Beware for Big Pun?
Maybe, I'm not sure. That Juju did one for Ghostface.
Because I'm thinking I remember seeing their name before on Capital Punishment.
They may have, but the thing is they just didn't really have a crew. And at that time in the 90s in hip hop, people were producing for crews of people. You know, so I think that's one of the reasons. Because if you weren't a fan of their rhymes, you probably didn't hear a lot of their beats. You know what I mean? And to me, the only reason why Off the Book really blew up, it had that radio friendly piece to it, and then Pun was on it at the time, who was just the man. So that's most people.
They were it's actually a group.
Yeah, the Beatnuts started out. It was three of them. It was Fash, it was Juju, and Psycho Les. On his first album, on Intoxicated Demons, and on this joint, it was three of them. That's why, like on the back of the cover, you can see three niggas. Something happened with Fash, and then they just came down to the two of them, and then that's when Musical Massacre came out, and then it was just two of them. But yeah, to me, if I think for a lot of people, if you weren't a fan of the Beat, that's because they weren't the most lyrical dudes in the world. But Juju has a lot of quotables. There's a lot of quotables that I myself fuck with Juju with. I mean, you get props over here. Props over here was that. Real niggas do real things, and that's a fact. The real niggas will leave big holes in niggas' backs. Yo, when you said that, God.
Yo, Juju did produce Beware, yo.
Okay.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he did.
I knew I saw the name. Okay.
Man, that was my joint. Eddie, what's going on with you? What you got for the nuts?
Oh man, you know what? Like, I know, the debut, man. Like, classic. I'm kind of with Rel, man. Like, I feel like I got, me personally, maybe my age, like I got more memories with Stone Crazy. Like, but
to me, you can't go wrong with any of them.
Yeah.
Stone Crazy was stupid too.
And
give me that.
I gotta go with Big Pun, man. As far as like best over beatness, and I know what they and like you said, man, they're not the most lyrical, man, but like the joints that they did with Pun had me wishing for like a whole Pun album produced by Beatnuts. Like, I really wanted that. Obviously, it didn't happen, and Pun, passed. But man, I feel like that would have been the move right there. Pun over all Beatnuts production, man.
Yeah, that would have definitely been crazy in like 96-ish, 97-ish. That would have been stupid right there. Vern, you look like you're thinking about something.
No, I was actually just looking at some pictures. I'm good. Yeah.
All right. No doubt. Vern, let them know where they can get with you to buy.
You left out one.
Who?
I thought I saw Dark Child on that list.
Oh, my fault. Rodney Jerkins. Y'all go first. I gotta come back to that one. That was the one I didn't do. So, Rel, who you got for Rodney Jerkins? I mean, for me, it's kind of easy. It's Brandy, and then it's just like what Brandy album. So I'll say Brandy, and I'll
Brandy too.
And maybe Full Moon. What is the one with Almost Doesn't Count?
That's Never Say Never.
All right, well, it ain't that one. It's the one with Right Here, and Right Here, Touch Me Like This.
Oh, you talking about Full Moon? Yes,
Full Moon. I'll go with Brandy and Full Moon. Rel, who you got for Dark Child?
I'm gonna go Brandy, of course. And is it Never Say? Hold on, I just want to be clear. It's Never Say Never for me. Yeah. I'm gonna go Brandy. Never Say Never.
I'm gonna say this is a combo that should have stayed together, just like Janet should have stayed with Jam and Lewis. I mean, that Full Moon is ridiculous, bro. I still play that every 3 months or so. So those are my two picks. The combo platter, Full Moon and Brandy.
All right, JR.
I'm gonna do Never Say Never, but on the beat, I'm gonna say Mary, Where I Can Love You.
Mm-hmm.
I Can Love You was Rodney? Was Dark?
Yes, it was.
Damn, I didn't know that.
You like Mary?
Did like 5 jokes and Share My World.
You like Mary on Dark Child more than Brandy?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as that, yes. Okay. Sticking to 97 Mary, yes. Okay. Yes, that. Right. But Never Say Never, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, y'all go in for Full Moon. I like Full Moon, but I'm just...
That Touch Me Like This, and the way it goes right into that next song.
I love Like This. Oh, God, yeah.
Insanity. Eddie, what you got for Dark Child?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm going to be repeating the same. Like, I got Brandy, I got Full Moon, but since everyone's saying it, I'll throw in my honorable mention, man, is Mary, the gospel.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's honorable. That's first album, yes. Yeah.
Mary. Dark Child did their first album?
He did a lot of tracks on that. Of course, Warren is their producer / husband for Erica. But yeah,
and their second album too. I think he did.
Are they related? Is Warren related to Dark Child?
No, they just church boys, man.
They just church boys.
Yeah. All right, but wasn't Brandy got pregnant by his brother who was a producer, right? Dark Child's.
No, his cousin. You talking about Robert? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I think wasn't one of Mary married to Warren Campbell?
Yeah,
Erica's married to Warren Campbell.
Yeah.
And that's how they met through them.
Right. Exactly.
Brandy.
No, they did themselves together.
Yep. No doubt. Vern, let them know, where can they get a house from the closing?
At V's Alone Close on Instagram, at Twitter until unless they say something different. V Channel 10.
All right, JR, R&B
All right, the R&B Reps on Twitter, Instagram, JR Gorilla Soul on Twitter and Instagram, and rnbreps.com.
All right, Eddie, what's going on with freestyles?
Yeah, I'm still I'm in restructure mode on that, yo. But I'm still working on that. But yo, man, Twitter, like y'all said, until we find out what's happening there. But I already got a contingency plan, man. Yo, like I hop on Mastodon. Yo, I don't know if y'all heard of that. Yo, it's like a pretty dope Twitter alternative. Mastodon, like it feels like early Twitter, man. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, man, but it might be a dope alternative, yo. And I'm freestyles on that joint.
Yeah, I feel like this whole hoopla. I feel like it's like
a rapper retiring.
Yeah, it's not even a rapper retiring. I feel like it's bro, who's the process in Phil? Who's the
Burn, you crazy?
Sam Hinkie. Sam Hinkie.
Oh, Sam Hinkie. Oh, okay.
I feel like somebody's gonna stop this nigga from doing this shit with Twitter. Twitter is too much of an entity to just let this nigga fuck it up. It's like how Stu had to step in like, Hinkie, okay, enough of this shit. Like, nigga, get your ass out of here. Sit your ass down. Twitter make too much money. I mean, it's literally the second or third best, biggest social media network. Then, I mean, it ain't going. I'd be highly shocked.
I don't think it is.
I'd be highly shocked.
I agree.
Somebody will step in and buy this shit, and nip this shit in the bud. Like, if this was some new startup, then yeah. But come on, y'all. Like, Donald Trump has a goddamn Twitter account. When the fucking president of the United States had a Twitter account, Joe Biden, like, this is not no around the way just hang out spot. Like, this is the fucking shit. So I don't even see it going that way. Rel, where can they get at you, good brother?
Uptown Rel 215 on Instagram. JBen215 JBen215 on Twitter. I'm about to say something. Oh, hey JR, I made a song about like a chick song, so I want you to hear it. I want you to be the first person to hear it. I gotta send you what I made too, Kill. Getting this stuff mixed just be taking forever, bro. But I got you. I've been working. You know what I'm saying? I want you to hear it. And listen, Kill, no. Yo, give me your honest opinion. Don't sugarcoat nothing, bro. Like,
I told you I've been trying to get a day in the studio with the two of y'all. Rel just refuses to come over my house, man.
Nah, bro. Like, we can do it. Like I'm coaching football. We in the playoffs. We're almost done. So once that's over, my time is really.
Kill, just hit me. I'm there. So
as soon as
you saying on Sundays too. Like, Sundays is good for me. Like, so after the holidays, you know what I'm saying? I definitely swing through there. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
All right, say less. You already know what it is. Kill 889 Twitter, IG. What I love about Twitter, and this is why it can't end. Every time I say something to piss people off, I swear to God, I get like 200 new followers. Like, I'm telling you, man, people agree. Like, people just don't want to feel like arguing about shit. That's all it is. But because I'll be like, whatever. But here's that. This is what I'm excited about. This is my dig for the week. I don't know if y'all remember Janelle. She had a song on
Yes. Oh, yes.
And her album never came out. So I'm out digging with Naomi, and I found this. There's 2 records in here. It's a joint called So What's Up with Redman and a joint called Don't Stop. That I was hyped for this album to drop and just like got shelved. So I haven't even sparked these yet.
How much was that?
$285.
Wow.
I don't think most people even know about Janelle.
No.
Who did the song with Meth? Round and Around We Go?
Yeah, that's
her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was definitely looking forward to that album because that was a banger. And, she just got, I think Def Jam either dropped her or I don't know what happened. And for all my bookworms out there, I know people don't like the boy. Talib Kweli has a book out, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. The book is dope. Like, if you want to know about, I'm halfway through. If y'all want to know about the Raucous Days, the Black Star, all that stuff, it's a very dope book. I know he's not popular right now. To be honest, I don't even know. I can't even keep up with why people get canceled it. But, I
he's a jerk. But I mean,
period.
I can believe that. Here's the sad part. from doing radio for almost 8 years, most of our hip hop heroes that we praise every day are just assholes.
Yeah.
It's it's just now on Twitter people get to see it. But trust me, I've interviewed a lot of people who I was like, oh man, I'm your biggest fan. Assholes. Straight up and down. And people who you think would be assholes be cool as shit.
I got a list.
Like that.
Oh, I know that now.
Yeah, so like Talib being a dickhead, that really it does nothing for me because so many people up here we praise every week for the past 5 years are worse than probably Talib. So I can't do that. But we said wrong.
That would be never mind. Go ahead, bro.
All right, y'all already know what it is. I will catch y'all next week, y'all.